if you play one Rebel, you play us all.
Port Alabama, Tuscaloosa County High School, Vestavia on the road tonight. 5-2 on the season. Big region game against Tuscaloosa County here. The Wildcats playing host to us. This school established back in 1926. They're looking for their first win this year. Chad Pilcher beside me. I'm Jim Dunaway. A familiar name locally in coaching now, taking over here at Tuscaloosa County. That's Chris Bell. We'll get our starting lineups in a second. But let's talk a little bit about this county team and their history here as we get ready for our starting lineups in a second.
Yeah, they've come into 7A and gone through several coaches over the past several years. You mentioned their head coach, Chris Bell. He had some really nice success at Oak Mountain. He's built up programs. He spent last year at Robertsdale High School before taking over this Tuscaloosa County team. Tuscaloosa County was 1-9 last season, currently 0-7, having a really tough go of it. And the stat that jumps out at you for Tuscaloosa County, they're only averaging 9.9 points per game. Offensively this season, they're giving up 54.4. Their closest game was a 32-point loss in game one of the season. So it's been a tough go of it for this Tuscaloosa County team, but they're a team that's gotten better as the season goes on. You can see them progressing. But this game, Vestavia Hills should win. And for Vestavia, everything is still in front of the Rebels so far this season. You come in 5-2. You're 3-2 in region play, and next week's game against Hoover is going to play a big role in determining where the seeding is in the region, who makes the playoffs for the region. So the goal for Vestavia tonight is to stay focused on the game at hand and not let things get ahead or get away.
We will get to some playoff scenarios and big games going on around the state that we'll keep you up to date on, including Prattville and Hillcrest playing each other in our region tonight, and that game has major playoff implications when it comes to the Vestavia Rebels. But then one game we're going to be looking at outside of our region tonight is Auburn and Carver playing each other. That could be a future opponent should Vestavia make it to the playoffs, or anybody from our region could play either one of those teams.
We've talked several times throughout this year that the way the AHSAA sets up the 7A playoff bracket is they match one region's teams 1 through 4 against another region's teams 1 through 4. Typically, the Birmingham region's been matched up against Huntsville, or last year against Mobile. This year, the Birmingham region is matched up against Region 2 down in that Auburn-Montgomery area. And the winner of tonight's game between Carver, Montgomery, and Auburn will be the number 2 seed. If Vestavia, the way things play out, they have a chance to be the 3 seed. So if Vestavia is the 3 seed, they would go to whichever team wins that game tonight on the road in the first round of the playoffs. So that's a big game to watch. The other game is Hoover at Thompson. So Hoover also a big game against Vestavia next week. How are they going to play out? But we have seen some wild stuff happen in this Region 3 in the last several weeks, the most notable being last week when Prattville upset Hewitt-Trussville, and that just threw the entire playoff picture, just flipped it upside down, and that's something we'll talk about a little bit later on tonight.
Yeah, it's snow globe, the whole thing. With this county team that the Rebels will face tonight, Chris Bell, known for running an option. I guess Robert Evans best described it. When they throw in the tape, it's like throwing in the old Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets before Jeff Collins got over to Atlanta and sort of brought them into modern-day offense. This is an old option, veer, double slot. Explain to people what they're going to be seeing tonight with this offense. What's the challenges of stopping an offense that has bodies going in 1,000 different directions?
It's about assignment football, and that is what's so hard. You have to be disciplined. You have to be in the right spot. You cannot take your eyes off of the football because they're going to show a lot of different actions, a lot of different looks, and you don't know a lot of times who has the football until the very last minute. And the option, look, I ran the option in high school as a quarterback, and it's one of those things that if you do it correctly, the defense is always wrong. And so that's the problem as you're preparing for this type of team, is that you have to play assignment, you have to play alignment, and the one thing you typically have to do as a coaching staff is you have to decide, what am I going to take away? Am I going to take away the fullback? Am I going to take away the quarterback? Am I going to take away the tailback? Because it's very difficult to take away all three.
I will tell you, their quarterback is Colby King, number 6, and when you run an offense like they run, man, you gotta keep an eye on him, but your quarterback's got to be good to make that kind of offense work.
Yeah, he's got to be smart. He's got to be athletic. He's got to be able to make quick decisions because that's really the key when you look at this type of offense. And so it's going to be a big challenge for the Vestavia defense tonight. The good thing is, again, they've had flashes where they've had some nice success, but Tuscaloosa County really has not been able to put together consistent offensive play at any point throughout this season. So we'll, for the Rebels, obviously hope that that doesn't happen here tonight.
Yeah, it's one of those games tonight where it's assignment football. It's part of running through the schedule. Everything offers something, some different kind of challenge, and that's what you get tonight on the road. And that's another thing. White jerseys tonight on the road, away from the friendly confines of Buddy Anderson Field, and that's where the 2 losses have come. Only 2 road games this year away from Vestavia. Both of those ended up in defeat. So what's the challenge of winning on the road?
It's just the travel. It's being out of your rhythm. You're eating somewhere different. You're changing in a different locker room. It's never comfortable. You don't know what, you schedule it to get there as best you can. But look, even for us, we're over here on the home sideline, sitting in the stands about the 30-yard line. And the PA system here at Tuscaloosa County works, and it is loud. So if you hear it, that is in our background. But just like for us, especially for the kids playing this football game, it's just a little different. You're outside of your comfort zone.
Yeah, so we're working towards a lot of pregame festivities here with Tuscaloosa County. They're getting their band ready for the national anthem. The captains are making their way on the field. I know there's a couple of things we want to run through here in the pregame show. So, Chad, let's move to that now. Let's talk about first, if we can, that playoff scenario we were talking about.
Yeah, we got a graphic to kind of show you where things stand in Region 3 right now, and it is a mess. If you look here, Thompson is the #1 seed. Regardless of what happens for them the rest of the way, they're going to be the #1. But then when you go to that next spot, you have, wow, I mean, look at that right there. That's 4 schools at 3 and 2 in the region. It's just absolutely incredible, and that's the type of thing that will play out. And we'll come back and talk about this a little bit later.
Yeah, so from that graphic there, we'll come back and talk about the log jam of the standings. But in the meantime, let's meet the starting lineup for the Vestavia Rebels and offense and defense, and let them introduce themselves to you.
Rush Harper, defensive end.
Haynes Bridges, nose guard.
Josh Arundel, defensive line.
Paxton Ussery, defensive line.
Parker Simpson, cornerback.
Matthew Patillo, corner. Lawson Manown, linebacker.
Gary Manown, linebacker.
Daniel Richardson, linebacker. Owen Wilbanks, safety. Walker Hogue, safety.
Sloan Morgan, kicker.
Copeland Styles, offensive line.
Jackson Deal, offensive line.
Caleb Boylan, offensive line.
Will Guathany, offensive line. Pearson Tucker, offensive line.
Will Ainsworth, tight end.
Zach Laws, receiver.
Luke Stubbs, wide receiver.
Braxton Hunt, H-back.
Noah Boylan, running back.
Charlie Taft, quarterback.
All right, so the starting lineups from the Vestavia Rebels, we'll get them on the field here, and then we'll roll on into the kickoff tonight as you see our captains about to make their way out to midfield. Let's talk about that graphic again. If we can get the standings back up, the log jam that you were about to explain to us behind Thompson at 5-0 in the region.
Yeah, so Prattville defeated Hewitt-Trussville last week. That took them to 3-2. Vestavia sitting at 3-2, but they've lost to Hewitt and Thompson, who are above them. Hoover is at 3-2. They play Thompson tonight. Thompson's obviously the favorite that game. Hoover could drop down. Prattville, who you kind of thought was out of it, gets that big win against Hewitt-Trussville. They're back in it, and then they play Hillcrest tonight. So if Hillcrest is able to win, they would bump up to 3-3 and be at 3-3 with Prattville as well. And obviously next week, Vestavia has Hoover. It is total chaos. And just to explain how everything works if there's a tie, first you go to head-to-head. So you would kind of look at that. How does that shake out? But if several teams that are tied, one has beat one team and one has beaten the other, then you go to most wins by the non-region teams that you have beaten. So you have to depend upon these teams that you've scheduled in the non-conference to have good seasons, to have success in order for you to make the playoffs, and that right now is a flip of the coin. So for Vestavia, the big game tonight is Hillcrest versus Prattville. And if Prattville wins that game, Vestavia is all but guaranteed to be in the playoffs, regardless of what happens next week against Hoover. If Hillcrest wins that game, Vestavia's chances to get in the playoffs go down. However, their chances to get the number 3 seed actually go up.
Wow.
So it's just a wild kind of thing that plays out. Now, the bottom line is if Vestavia wins tonight and defeats Hoover next week, they are guaranteed to be in the playoffs and guaranteed to be the number 3 seed. But it is absolute chaos in the playoff race with things that are happening. The next thing I would mention is we saw that starting lineup, and it's good to see. But there is a last-minute scratch tonight. Charlie Taff is out. Charlie Taff is not going to start the football game. In his stead will be Price Lamaster, who started a game a few weeks back against Tuscaloosa County. That was a in the last 2-hour decision that the coaches went with. Charlie is dressed out. He is available if needed, kind of on an emergency basis. But Taff is out tonight, so obviously that's big for the Rebels. The other thing, Carson Purdy is unlikely to play either. So obviously Noah Boylan will get the start there. He's had plenty of carries throughout this season, but 2 big offensive weapons for the Rebels are not expected to play here tonight.
Good news is you got Grayson Harper back last week. He looks healthy. He's ready to go tonight. Our captains are out on the field this evening. That includes big offensive lineman, number 61, Copeland Stiles is out there tonight. He's one of the captains. So too is Luke Stubbs, one of our wide receivers. He's out there tonight. Trying to get the other numbers. Looks to be Parker Simpson out there tonight. And then, of course, Walker Hogue, who doesn't look to be dressed this evening. Is that right? Is that correct? Is that Walker?
No, that's going to be Cole Holly, and I'm glad you said that because I blew a call last week, and that's a big loss for the Rebels from a special teams perspective. Cole Holly, number 26, shares a number with Walker Hogue, which makes it difficult from our perspective. Coin toss is up. Vestavia has won the toss, and they will receive. But Cole Holly will not be out there on special teams because last week on the opening kickoff, he went down with a leg injury and he is out for the season. He's a guy who's done a phenomenal job on special teams. He's been a big-time player for the Rebels there. He's played some wide receiver as well. And again, we thought it was Walker Hogue when it went down because they share the same number. It was Cole Holly who went down on the opening kickoff last week, and Holly is now out for the season. So that's a big loss for the Rebels as well on special teams.
Yeah, that was my mistake again tonight, but I made that mistake so you could correct your mistake from last week.
Appreciate that.
If you're scoring at home.
Yeah.
Vestavia in the road whites with the red pants. They got the interlocking VH on one side of the helmet and the numerals on the other side. Again, our production, student run from Vestavia Hills students, and some of us that they get to come along for the ride. And we're glad to be with you tonight on a Friday night in Northport in West Alabama, where the weather is absolutely perfect. It's not too hot, not too cold, not too windy, and it's not raining at all. You don't get better weather than this.
It is not, and this is a beautiful facility. We talked about it, we joked, it's kind of built backwards. I mean, the home side is in the sun. You typically see it flipped around, but this is a really nice facility, beautiful turf, awesome scoreboard, really nice visitor side, and then a couple of nice buildings behind the stadium as well, and they have a really nice field house in the end zone to our left, which I think is going to be the south end zone, but it's just a nice facility here. Unfortunately, the team hasn't quite played up to the level of this facility, but for Tuscaloosa County, they have confidence. It's the first year under a new head coach. They believe in what he's done. Chris Bell's a guy who's had success at Oak Mountain, which is a really hard place to win. And so he's a guy that they believe in after going through several over the last several years. And they're just looking for that one big opportunity. So for the Rebels, it's all about coming out, being aggressive, making plays early, and taking control of this ball game.
All right, kicking off for Tuscaloosa County will be Xander Pender. He's a sophomore for County, and he's going to get us into action tonight as we're ready for some football on a Friday night on the road in Northport. And County's ready to give it to your Rebels one more time for game number 8 on the season. Kick taken with some blocking out to around the 32-yard line, 33 and 34-yard line. Finally, where we are knocked down to the turf.
Yeah, Major Weaver on the kickoff return, getting some action after having a great game last week, scoring a touchdown on the ground, running the football, and gives the Rebels nice field position for Price Lamaster in this Vestavia offense.
So Price Lamaster takes over at quarterback like he did at the Thompson game and did a really good job, especially in the first half when it was a nip and tuck contest. And then as the night progressed, the defense couldn't do the job against that Thompson offense. A little misdirection going the other way. That's Luke Stubbs with the ball and some running room. Across the 50, breaks free. He's off to the races. He's to the 20, the 10. Touchdown on the first play for Vestavia.
Light it up. What a start for the Rebels. A little razzle-dazzle, giving it to Luke Stubbs to the left side, cut open. A couple of missed tackles by Tuscaloosa County, and then off to the races for Luke Stubbs. And just like that, we're 20 seconds into this ball game, and the Rebels are up 6.
That's exactly what Robert Evans wanted tonight. Come out in a must-win game to control your own destination for the playoffs, and then you go and try to win all your games and don't let anybody stay in and try to make their season by upsetting you. So a big play on the first play from scrimmage, and we're off to the races just 20 seconds into this one. A good return, and then the run from Stubbs, and now the extra point from Sloan Morgan is up, and it's good. So it's 7-0 Vestavia. We'll take our first commercial break of the night. Rebels on top. Tuscaloosa County gets the ball when we come back on the Rebel Nation Sports Network.
Taylor Burton Company, we've been building and remodeling homes in Vestavia Hills since 1986. That's back when shoulder pads weren't just for football. This isn't just where we work, it's home. We live here, we raise our families here. Our kids all wore the Rebel jersey under these Friday night lights. That's why we care so deeply about what we do. Quality, craftsmanship, and community. That's what we're built on.
Hey, back with you now on Tuscaloosa County and Vestavia football here with Vestavia up 7-0. And that first play right there, just a well-designed play, and you get one of your speedsters, Luke Stubbs, off and running.
And that's one thing about this Vestavia offense. There's so many weapons, so many guys who can touch the ball in so many different looks. And so it really, a lot of times, it doesn't matter who touches the ball. If they put you in the right spot, nice play call, get a little advantage from the formation or for the blocking scheme, and off you go. But that time, several missed tackles by Tuscaloosa County that enabled Stubbs to get into the end zone.
65-yard run for Stubbs, 7-0 Vestavia, and the kick goes the other way with it. It's going to be picked up by Myricks. And Myricks on the return on the far side, missed tackle there, and he works his way out to the 25-yard line. Oh.
Hudgens returns to the
Make that
25.
Hudgens on the return. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats.
So now for the Vestavia defense. Let's go to the keys to the game for this Vestavia defense here tonight. As they come out, look to make an impact early in the ball game. Run fits. We talked about that option offense and how many different looks you have. Really important for the linebackers to be in the right spot, fit up on the runs, and then be efficient on third down. Get off the field. Don't allow this. The worst thing that you can do against an option offense is give up those little first downs on these short yardage gains. You got to get off the field on third down.
All right, you see the formation there. That it's almost like a playing one of the military academies at times. Georgia Tech had it a few years back. You got to stay in your run play, run defense there. A lot of guys getting up off the bottom of the pile, little 3-yard gain. You'll get a lot of those tonight.
And from an option offense, what you're really looking for is that 3 to 4 yards every single down. And if you can do that, you're going to pick up a first down. You're going to keep it alive. The other thing is you cannot afford in the option is a negative play. Going backwards, going the wrong way. So offensively, you're trying to just chip away a couple of yards at a time.
7-0 Vestavia leads it. Going to get a rare pass here. Going to be incomplete. There is nobody really running a route anymore, and it'll be a third down play quickly for County.
Yeah, C.J. Kimball trying to get that ball to Chase Grady, who's listed as a running back, but obviously plays in the slot as well, but just threw that in between a couple of Wildcat receivers.
All right, so a third down and 7 for Tuscaloosa County. Vestavia trying to get off the field and get the ball back very quickly here. Option comes near side, and well played by the Vestavia defense. That's 56 out there quickly. And that's Haynes Bridges, one of the guys making the play, reading that one perfectly.
Bridges flew into the backfield. Paxton Ussery was there as well with the assist, and that's a great start for this Vestavia offense, doing exactly what we said and getting off the field on third down.
All right, 3 and out, so we'll drop the star of the game so far, number 14, Luke Stubbs, back. Try to give him the football one more time in open space as he receives this punt. Everybody at the line, see if we drop out and do a return here if we try to get to the ball. Here comes the punt rush, and they get the kick off, and with nobody back there to block, Stubbs wisely calls for a fair catch. Rushing the punter, that was 10 guys.
It's an aggressive start for Vestavia on the special teams, but once again, really good field position for the Rebels. They're going to start this one at their own 48-yard line.
All right, so first down for Vestavia, their second possession of the night. Technically in scoring position after their first play went 65. They're out to the 48-yard line where they take over. LeMaster this time is going to hand it to, right up the middle they go with that. Is that Boylan with it?
Went to Grayson Harper.
Grayson Harper, number 8 with the carry there. So Grayson works his way for 7 yards. They'll do a quick substitution. Get a man off, and quickly they take the snap. Right back up the middle. This time it's Boylan. Gets the first down. They'll set the chains and pace from Vestavia. Pace from Vestavia.
Doesn't matter who's running that offense. You're going to go quickly. You're going to go fast. Get back up to the line and be ready to snap the football.
This time it's LeMaster on the keeper. He's going to pick up a couple. It'll be 2nd and 8. One thing about the offense when Price LeMaster's in there, doesn't change. Still the same offense they run with Charlie Taft.
Yeah, LeMaster is a guy they trust. They've played him all over the field so far this season.
LeMaster's going to throw it out in the flats. Ball is caught there by Stubbs. He fights for the first down marker. It'll be short, and it'll be 3rd and 1.
Good job by Stubbs. Looked like he might reach that ball out, but he saw the defender coming, so he wisely held on to it and did not stretch it out.
Quickly to the line on the 3rd and 1 play. Down to the County 32. Handoff up the middle, first down for Vestavia.
Boylan on the carry.
As Boylan gets that first down to the 30-yard line. 7-0 Vestavia, 8:50 to play in the first quarter. Motion man, LeMaster going to keep it, pass it to the flat on the wheel. That's Boylan, who gets stuck at the 12, but he makes the catch.
Love that play design there. You had the deep route down the sideline, then Boylan coming out of the backfield. He took a shot on his knee as he went down, so he's going to limp off of the field. But that was a beautiful throw by LeMaster.
Major Weaver in for him. Weaver gets the football. Weaver, great runner, works his way down inside the 5-yard line. Actually mark him at the 5. He sees that opening, and I love the way he cuts for daylight.
Understanding the blocking scheme and just following those big guys down the field.
2nd and 5. They can get a first down. LeMaster on the keeper. He'll get to the end zone. Touchdown, Vestavia.
So that drive looked a little bit different. They mixed it up. They threw it. They ran it. But the same result as Vestavia put 6 more on the board.
13-0 Vestavia PAT coming. Instantly, though, you start looking for Noah Boylan over there, who's already into the lineup with a little bit more of reps tonight with Carson Purdy out. And you want to get an update from the sideline as quick as you can on whether or not that's a lingering injury. You may not see him again the rest of the night. We'll see. PAT upcoming. LeMaster holds. Morgan's kick up, and it's good. 14-0. Vestavia leads it. About 4 minutes into the game, 2 quick touchdowns from the Vestavia offense, 2 for 2, and a timeout right here on the Rebel Nation Sports Network.
There are no shortcuts on the road to success. It's forged by confidence, purpose, and determination. Everyone has potential. Few have the power to unlock it. The University of Alabama, where legends are made.
Sheet you gave me? Hey, back with you now here at Tuscaloosa County in Northport on what is a beautiful night for football. Can't wait to be back at Buddy Anderson Field next week as Hoover comes to town.
Yeah, if you're listening here, we're glad you're watching, but you can listen to us in the stands. Be at Thompson Reynolds Stadium next Friday night. That's going to be the game of the season.
Yeah.
Look, every game is a big game. Next week is the biggest game of the season by far. It's your rival regardless, but then what's going to be on the line at stake is going to be huge next week from a playoff perspective. This football team needs as many people as they can in the stands, standing around the track, filling up the visitor side, and it's a big game next week, and we need folks to respond accordingly and show up and be loud.
All right, so the kick gets to the end zone, and Tuscaloosa County will start at the 20-yard line. Vestavia, 2 touchdowns and 2 quick drives. Defense was a 3-and-out situation, so here comes Tuscaloosa County's offense back out again. Their quarterback is C.J. Kimball. He runs this option offense, some veer in it, double slots. He's under center. Hands it to the up back, who works his way for 3 yards. Julius G., their junior, 5'8", 220.
And for the Wildcats, that's what they need. Play in front of the sticks on first down, which they've done in the prior drive as well, but you need to try to replicate that type of play. Of course, for Vestavia, this defensive line is rather ferocious, so we'll see how they respond as well.
Once again to the up back. Once again a 3-yard gain. Boy, when they're all positioned waiting on that snap call, takes a lot of discipline to sit there and not jump, not start early. The guys, the wings, the guys that are sort of in the slot, they get that advantage of taking that one quick step to start in motion. So that's not a penalty. But the guys, especially on the offensive line, you got to be so disciplined in this kind of offense. 3rd down. Trying to get their first down of the game. Once again, go straight up the middle. Keep it simple. That's G again, and he's going to be short by about 1.5 yards, and Chris Bell keeping his offense out there right now.
Paxton Ussery came off the bottom of the pile, but Josh Arundel did a great job coming from the edge. So early in the game, they're going to line up and go for it. 4th down from their own 29, and they get a false start, so now they're not.
Yeah, see, that's exactly what I was just talking about. But the tackle thought, okay, we're going to go quick here, try to catch him off guard.
And the thing about the option offense is you intentionally, you do not block certain players. And so it's such a schematic offense, the things you have to know, the place you have to be. Like, you have to be really smart to be an offensive lineman in this type of offense, because you're going up to the second level. You're getting certain linebackers. You're letting the defensive end run free a lot of times. It's kind of it's a really odd thing to kind of mentally absorb and learn.
4th and 6. Vestavia only rushes 3 this time to set up a return. Taken in the back in their own territory is Stubbs. He works it across the 50-yard line. And that's where Vestavia will start this time. Field position gets better each time. Now we're starting in County's territory at the 48.
Yeah, the last drive was at Vestavia's 48. This drive is at the County 48. We'll see if Vestavia can keep these offensive streaks going. Already 117 yards of total offense on just 2 possessions for the Rebels.
Zach Laws is near side. Ainsworth shuffles over to the near side. Got to move Harper into the backfield to block. Near side, and that's Major Weaver, which raises my concern for Boylan again, who's not back out there.
And Boylan took a shot right on the kneecap. I mean, you saw him hobbling immediately. It was a great throw, but that momentum carried him forward, so he took a real shot. And the goal of this game is do not get anyone hurt.
Inside pitch to Stubbs, cuts it back up nicely, works into their defensive backfield down to the 40-yard line. Now he falls forward, and they're going to mark it at the 39, close to a Vestavia first down.
I really like that play call. You saw Weaver take off to the left, straight towards the sideline, and then Stubbs came underneath, coming back to the right, got a little shovel pass, got right there on the doorstep of the first down.
3rd and 1. See what Vestavia can do on another 3rd down play. Major Weaver, good cut up for a first down, and he's inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. First down, Vestavia.
That was another really good run by Weaver.
First down.
And an even better block downfield by Will Guathney.
29-yard line.
Way to go, Guathney. Love to get the big guys downfield blocking. First down. Vestavia this time going to throw it. LeMaster sets back, looks to the wing, then he throws the wheel right route, perfectly thrown, and down inside the 10-yard line. As that is Grayson Harper with a perfectly thrown ball by LeMaster.
That was a great ball. And what about the concentration by Grayson Harper? I saw like 2 blue jerseys flying right in front of him as that ball zipped in. And just a great job of keeping focused on the ball, making that catch, and then falling forward to get inside the 10 for the first down.
And that shows you how tight that window is, what you're talking about. The ball that LeMaster had to fit in there. That window closes quickly when you have 2 guys doing that. Injured player on the field right now. We'll take a quick timeout. This is the Rebel Nation Sports Network.
For more than 50 years, Senator Jabba Wagner has served Alabama with honor and called Vestavia Hills home. Thank you, Senator Wagner, for your historic legacy of service.
Northport Power Equipment, one of the largest Husqvarna.
We are back in Northport, Alabama. You see the Wildcat player limping off, and now that Vestavia's already scored 2 touchdowns, let's go to the offensive keys to the game. See how I did getting ready for this one. Putting these together, see if they're right. Stay focused. Okay, pretty good. Protect the ball. We've done that so far. So both of those things, not too bad. We'll see if they hold up as the game goes along. But whatever the keys to the game offensively were for the Rebels, hasn't really mattered at this point. Started out, scored on the first play of the game, and then came back at a really quick drive on the second possession, and now here they are on the 3rd possession, just knocking on the door, about to punch it in again.
A.J. Strickland, the injured Wildcat for Tuscaloosa County, still making his way off the field here as he's hobbled, barely can put weight on one of his feet on the right side. All right, first down, Vestavia with the clock running at 5:22, go first quarter. Down, 1st and goal at the 8-yard line. Harper in motion, handoff, Boylan's back in. That's good news, and better news, he's into the end zone for a touchdown. So Noah Boylan's knee is fine. He scores a touchdown, and just like that, touchdown number 3 from Vestavia.
I don't know if you could draw it up any better for the Rebels here tonight. 20 points in less than 7 minutes here in this ball game. Without your starting quarterback, Price LeMaster has been really good. The running game with Noah Boylan and Major Weaver with Carson Purdy out have done a great job. Gotten the receivers involved. Luke Stubbs has been dynamic in the early going, and this offensive line has done exactly what they needed to do. Just a great start offensively for Vestavia.
Extra point upcoming. That's Sloan Morgan, and he is perfect. And it's 21-0. Vestavia leads Tuscaloosa County with 5:10 to go. We'll be back in a moment on the Rebel Nation Sports Network.
Home base right here in Birmingham, Alabama.
We are here treating patients from every generation
across the United States
and from around the world. We're here for the rookies and the dreamers
trying to make a name for themselves.
We are here for the achievers
who are resilient
and won't take no for an answer. We're here for the coaches,
athletic trainers and mentors who are shaping the next generation of legends.
We are here for you,
aggressively pursuing victory over injury.
Back with you in Northport, Alabama. Thank you for being with us here tonight and all season long. This is our 8th broadcast together, and some nights we have good chemistry, and some nights we're in Tuscaloosa County for a good game. Chad Pilcher, Jim Dunaway here, 21-0.
But you know what we're not going to do? We're not calling out the push-up guys this week. There's none of that happening at all. Yeah, they're not here. Just for the record, they're not here tonight.
That's been a good part of the season there. The kickoff goes sailing into the end zone again. It'll be a touchback at the 20, and Sloan Morgan gets a lot of feet into that one there. All right, so first down, Tuscaloosa County still looking for their first down.
And for Vestavia, you're just going to come out defensively, just keep doing what you're doing. This is the type of game where you're just going to look, avoid the shenanigans, play football, do what you need to do, and then hopefully at the halftime you can get some guys to get some rest. I didn't expect it would be this quick that Vestavia would come out. Obviously it was a game they were favored in, but they've done everything that they needed to do and look really, really strong in the early going so far, outgaining Tuscaloosa County 165 yards to 8.
C.J. Kimball's their sophomore quarterback, and as they rebuild this program here, they expect by the time he's a senior here for this program to be back what traditionally it used to be, one of the better programs in the state. But they got a long way to go with just coming back into 7A recently, back when they were dominant back in the day. With Coach Higg over here, they were one of the bigger schools in the state, and that's not the case anymore. Second down and 7. But Coach Bell will get this program turned around in time, and he'll do it with some young guys he's playing on offense tonight, including Kimball there at quarterback. Once again, handoff to the big guy in the middle. That's Julius Gee. He's a junior, so he'll be back next year.
And you talk about it. Coach Higginbotham, from 99 to 2008, 89-30 was his record. Since then, they've had 7 head coaches. Lee Gibson went 42-36. Bart Sessions 1 year, 2-8. John Holliday 2 years, 5-15. Jay Todd 2 years, 5-15. Adam Weingarten 3 years, 12-18. And Miles Holcomb last year only there 1 year and went 1-9 before he went right back to Southside Gadsden where he came from.
Third down, and County trying to get that first down of the night against the Vestavia defense. Going to get a pass here from Kimball. The whistles blow. Procedure penalty against County.
And before that play was blown dead, you saw Manown in the backfield. Grayer Manown was in the backfield. Both Grayerland Manown and Lawson Manown are playing linebacker for this Rebel team tonight. Nick Williams is still out at that linebacker spot, so the Manowns are filling in and doing a really good job. They had that deflection and interception last week, which was pretty cool, but those young men filling in, doing a really nice job defensively.
Weird that we haven't had a Daniel Richardson interception yet. It's been contagious lately for him. He's been catching everything last couple of games. Maybe we can get one tonight before he calls it quits this evening. Third down play. Kimball keeping it. They're going to scramble for a yard, and it's going to be 4th and long behind the 6 for Tuscaloosa County. Vestavia thought maybe a player in motion started upfield a little fast, but no flag there, so it's going to be another punt situation for the Wildcats.
And another tackle for Haynes Bridges. He's just been dominant so far in the early go-in of this ballgame.
Stubbs is still out there. He's going to get back there and stand on his own 50 as he waits for the punt to come his way. Vestavia's rushed 10 one time. They rushed 3 and dropped for a return last time. Let's see what they do this time. They got 10 lined up, and here they all come again. They don't get to it. Well, that punter does a good job of getting it off, and this time Stubbs is going to just let it roll safely into Vestavia territory, and it's knocked down at the 42-yard line. That's where the Rebels will take over. All right, 2:47 to go in the first quarter. How much do you see? Some people say you don't want to put things on tape. Is this the kind of game, though, you want to put a lot of stuff on tape to where Hoover has to practice a bunch of different stuff?
I think you saw some of that last week, too. New things, new wrinkles for the Rebels. A, you're trying it out to see can you use it later on, how does it work, and B, it also makes those teams prepare for it because you have the ability to use it.
Power I formation, and the run goes right up the middle there, and that's Boylan again, who despite my concern for his knee, has no problem since his return. He scored a touchdown, and he's picked up 7 yards.
He's looked good running the football, really moving around those blockers and moving up and down the field.
Laws in motion. Now they're going to pitch it to Boylan. Left side, he's got some blockers. Boylan works his way across the 40, lowers the shoulder pads, and works his way to the 36.
And that was really good blocking on the edge by Laws after he went in motion. Luke Stubbs did a nice job blocking downfield as well.
First down, getting the sticks in place. Now they blow it in, and here's Vestavia getting the snap off. Fake it, coming across to Stubbs. So Master's going to throw it out in the flats to Laws. They reward him for the block by getting him a ball for 10 yards right at the sticks. maybe about a half yard short, but a good throw and catch.
And that was a smart play by Laws. That ball hung up a little bit longer than LeMaster probably wanted it to, but Laws did a good job of attacking it, coming back to the football to catch it rather than letting the Wildcat defender get to the football.
2nd and 1, handoff to Major Weaver, who does a great job of setting up the blockers as he gets inside the 15, down to the 13, and it's another Vestavia first down.
This offensive line just having its way against the Wildcat defense.
Laws comes near side again. Harper out top. Handoff to Weaver again. Weaver down inside the 5. Reaches for the end zone. Ball pops out, but he holds on to it as he gets it back. Down at the 1 yard line. Weaver so close to getting the touchdown. It's first down. Now he's going to check out. Boylan's going to come in.
He felt it and reached out for that one, trying to get into the end zone. Ball did come loose, but after his knee had already hit the ground.
Harper back in. Laws checks out, so a little bit of a muscle situation in here. Call coming in, still plenty of time on the play clock, down to 26 seconds. I formation, handoff up the middle to Boylan. It's a touchdown for Vestavia, and it's 27-0 Rebels.
Boylan on the carry to the end zone.
Just more outstanding performance, and obviously a little bit of a mismatch here in this one. And the Rebels, most importantly, are doing exactly what they need to do offensively. They're taking care of business. They're continuing to push forward, execute the plays as needed, and continuing to put points on the board. Minute 6 seconds to go in this first quarter. Vestavia up 27-0 with the PAT pending.
All right, Morgan's out there again to kick it through the uprights. Beautiful kick, up and good, and it's 28-0. Vestavia leads it with a $1:06 to go in the first quarter, right here on the Rebel Nation Sports Network.
Right when I toured Stanford's campus, I immediately felt the communal atmosphere and environment.
A lot of parents, they're looking for a place where their children can come, they can continue to grow in Christ, they can feel safe, and they can be encouraged and motivated.
We promise them that when they come, they're going to be surrounded by people who love them, who help them to find meaning and purpose in their life, and who really help them to flourish and become the men and women that God is calling them to be.
Out of every place that I could have gone, this was the place for me.
28-0. Vestavia on top of Tuscaloosa County. County looking for their first down. The Rebels defense has been getting it done, but the offense, who won the toss, took the ball, has scored fairly quickly on every possession. Once again, the kick makes it to the end zone, and it's first and 10 at the 20 for Tuscaloosa County. 28-0 Vestavia on top. Chad?
Total yardage update. Vestavia Hills 224 yards of total offense. Tuscaloosa County 12.
And they'll start it over again, first and 10 at their own 20, where they played most of this first quarter. The youngster Kimball is back out, though, the sophomore. As they put in this offense, it's hard to learn. Chris Bell's first year here. Man in motion. Toss pitch near side to Hutchins. Hutchins is going to fight forward and get just 2 yards. Played really well over there by Owen Wilbanks.
Yeah, Wilbanks is the Rebels' leading tackler on defense, and he did a good job of getting to the outside, keeping leverage, making that tackle. Did a nice job.
Play gets only, they'll give him 3, it looks like, so it's 2nd down and 7. Down to 35 seconds on the game clock, 18 on the play clock. Stacked right side. Let's see if they run it that way. Nope, they come back short side on the option to Hutchins. Ball's on the turf. He's trying to keep it going, and he finally gets it back in control and gets a nice run with it. Dribbling it like we're in basketball season, gets it out to the 40, and that's their first down of the night.
And if he catches that pitch and does not bobble it, he's going to score a touchdown. They had Vestavia out-leveraged on that one, did a good job of getting to the outside. The pitch came in at the perfect time by Kimball, but unfortunately for the Wildcats, Hutchins was unable to hold on to it.
So Hutchins on 2 plays to the near side. Once again, they stack it to the right side. So more bodies on that side. They come back this way, but they go right back up the middle to Julius G. 2 yards for him. It'll be 2nd and 8. And that's the end of the first quarter. We've played 1 quarter here in Northport. It has been all red, white, and blue for Vestavia. 28-0. Rebels lead it right here on the Rebel Nation Sports Network.
Taylor Burton Company, we've been building and remodeling homes in Vestavia Hills since 1986. That's back when shoulder pads weren't just for football. This isn't just where we work, it's home. We live here, we raise our families here. Our kids all wore the Rebel jersey under these Friday night lights. That's why we care so deeply about what we do. Quality, craftsmanship, and community. That's what we're built on.
Back with you here in Tuscaloosa County. Hey, don't forget, we got a lot of big events coming up with Vestavia Athletics. Not just the football team in action these days. We've got several teams that are happening right now with Vestavia Athletics. That includes our competition cheer team, which advanced, by the way, to the AHSAA state finals. The varsity finished first in the North Central Regional. So congratulations to the varsity cheer team. The state finals is coming up in November 10th through the 12th. And that'll all be happening with the state finals for varsity cheerleading. Congratulations to our cheer team, who's with us along the way on the far sidelines tonight, about 3 miles away from us. And our band is here tonight as well.
We're in green.
Is there a story behind that one I'm supposed to know? Is that like the Marshmallow Man I'm trying to learn in my first year?
I bet there's some performance thing going on.
Okay. I like it. Green for good luck. It's worked so far tonight for Vestavia. They lead it 28-0 as we get ready to start the second quarter. Little procedure penalty backs County up, and it's 2nd down behind the chains again for them as they go left to right now. They're thinking, hey, touchdowns all came left to right. Let's keep that trend going. They're trying to get on the scoreboard here. Run gap so important for the Vestavia defense. Kimball on the keeper this time. He's not going to pitch it. He's going to get a 1st down. That's their best offensive play of the night.
Yeah, and Coach Evans not going to be happy about that. That's the 2nd play in a row where they have pulled it and run to the outside, and there's been no Rebel defender there at all. The last time they went with a pitch, they bobbled the pitch, or it would have been an even bigger gain than it was, and that time it was a quarterback keep. And a lot of open grass or turf to run through, and ultimately Rebels were there to bring him down.
Rush Harper, Parker Simpson, some of the guys on the top that were having to work through all the mess of the blockers from County. Once again, they have more men on this side of the center, and they'll run it up the middle in sort of their sequence now, wide left and up the middle with Julius G, and they'll stay very disciplined and get 3 yards.
Haynes Bridges on the tackle for the Rebels. And Bridges, that's his 5th tackle already tonight. Leads the team.
2nd down and 7 for County. Their best drive of the night is they're in Vestavia territory, down 4 touchdowns. Kimball changing the play at the line of scrimmage. They're set in position. They're going to hand it back to Gee again. They're trying to push the pile, and they'll do a good job of it. As long as you get 3 yards each time, then you got a chance on 3rd down, and that's what they've done. So it'll be 3rd down and 4.
And this is 4-down territory, obviously. So they're thinking, look, let's get 3 here, set us up for 4th down, and then try to plunge ahead once again to pick up another 1st down. Again, they've only picked up 2 1st downs in the ball game. Both of them have come on this drive. They've had some success. And one thing they've done, you run it up the middle, and all of a sudden you pull and run to the outside, and there's a lot of open room.
That's what I was about to say. They lull you to sleep on this little 3-yard dive, and then boom, all of a sudden they're on the edge. 3rd and 4. See what they do. They hand it this time to their up back, who bounces out to the right side. That is Dylan Taylor for the first time tonight, the sophomore, 5'9", 190. Gets close to the 1st down.
But you can live with that, as we said, knowing that you're going to go for it here on 4th down.
4th down play for County. 4th and a short one. Kimball on the keeper. And he gets the 1st down. Oh, we got a flag.
I think they're going to call offsides against the Rebels.
Vestavia lined up in the neutral zone. Called by the line judge on the near side. And that is what the call is. So offside, Vestavia gives him the 1st down. He had it anyway.
And that was a alignment prior to the snap, just getting down in his stance. I didn't catch the number, but there was a white helmet clearly leaning over past the football, and that's what brought the flag out from the the line judge who's on this Tuscaloosa County sideline, so I'm certain he had assistance with that one, but it was the correct call.
First down and 10, down to the Rebel 29-yard line. Oh, motion man decides to stop, gets back. Everyone's set. Handoff right up the middle. That's the big guy, Julius Gee again. Getting to work, and this time his biggest run of the night as he works it all the way down to the 22-yard line. Gets 7.
Tackle made by Lawson Manown. That's his 5th tackle of the night to join Haynes Bridges. Paxton Ussery has 4.
Gee is 5'8", 220. You tried to get your hands around that guy. Running downhill like that over and over, just a hammer, hammer, hammer. He's the guy lined up right behind the quarterback, Kimball. Let's see if they go right back to him up the middle. And they do. Give him the big man the ball. Stopped just short of the 20. In there once again is number 39, Grayer Manown.
Play gain 2 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 1.
Looked like Owen Wilbanks was in there as well. 3rd and 1, man. That's his offense. If you can keep doing this, then progress your way down the field. Now, doesn't really work when it's 28-0 and the clock's running, but if this was the beginning of the game, this would be a very interesting drive for County. 3rd and short. But in their situation right now, you got to play with no scoreboard, right?
And that's the type of play that you just can't have. It's a false start against the Wildcats. And when you're playing gaining positive yardage, moving forward, inching forward a few yards at a time, that's exactly where you want to be. But in this offense, penalties like that really, really hurt you.
Backs you up now to 3rd and distance, 3rd and 6. But again, if you believe in 4 downs, then you don't really have to get too far out of your comfort zone yet because your first down run was so good. 3rd and 6. So if you can get 3 or 4 here, you're in a comfortable position. Now we got a timeout. Chris Bell didn't like the way the motion clock was running down. It was down inside the 10 seconds, so he calls. This is a big play for them.
And you talk about Chris Bell and his career. This is his first year at Tuscaloosa County. It's been a rough year. They came in 0-7. The prior year, he's at Robertsdale. That's another 7A job. That's a really difficult job. They've had a tough time in recent years. He was only there 1 season last year, went 2-8. Prior to that, he was at Scottsboro, where he went 3-7, 7-5, and 8-3. They moved from 6A to 5A. But where he had real success was 9 seasons at Oak Mountain, 47 and 49. Made 4 playoff appearances, and in 2 of those playoff appearances won a playoff game. And so you look, he had a 10-2 season at Oak Mountain, a 7-4, a 5-5, a 7-5. So he's a guy who's won at difficult places, and they believe in him. I mean, this is a job that fits him, and kind of looking at his career, which he began in Virginia and Georgia, being a head coach there, but this is a job that fits him well, and they believe that long-term he's a great fit for a school that's had a lot of coaches over the last decade or so.
All right, 3rd and 6 after that Tuscaloosa County timeout. They're down 4 touchdowns, 8:22 to go, 2nd quarter. Handoff is big barreling run there from big number 3 Dylan Taylor, and that's a 1st down. Boy, Taylor had a burst of speed there, didn't he?
He shot through there. Nice job by the Wildcat offensive line. Ultimately, the tackle made by Daniel Richardson and Walker Hogue. That's a good gain and a good pickup for the Wildcats. Gets them in the red zone with a 1st down.
Now they are the Wildcats, despite the cow sound there. That's an advertisement. 1st down. Ball's at the 16-yard line. They're going to go back to Gee here. No, actually Kimball keeps that one. Comes near side for 3 yards. When in doubt, I'm going to say 3 yards tonight. Okay.
Good call. That was a really good play that time by Owen Wilbanks. He didn't make the tackle. He did a good job of getting off the block and getting into the backfield to take away the pitch man. And by taking away the tailback, he forced Kimball to keep that football and resulted in a short gain of 3 yards.
2nd down. We'll call it 7. This time they do go to Gee. He does his usual, wait for it, 3-yard gain, and it's going to be 3rd down and 4.
That's Taylor on the carry.
Oh, they're going to say that was Dylan Taylor again.
Down and 3.
Thought it was Gee.
this is well done. I mean, they've used up a lot of clock on this drive, but well executed. And Coach Evans didn't like something that he saw, so the Rebels took a timeout.
Is it a run fit thing or no? It's not, is it? They're doing a good job of fitting the run.
They're just doing a good job of pushing forward. And the Rebels, they're executing their offense. They're executing. Like I said, if you run the option, and if the quarterback, if the blockers, the linemen get to where they're supposed to be, and essentially what that is, it's you essentially attack the line, and then at least one lineman is getting up to that second level to get onto the linebackers. So if the linemen do their job and get to the right spot, and the quarterback reads the play properly, there is one person open every single time. It may be the fullback, it may be the quarterback, it may be the tailback, and it looks like the way kind of Vestavia is attacking this right now, they're taking the quarterback and the tailback, trying to take the quarterback and the tailback away with the exception of a couple of plays. And the fullback's just been really good on this drive, pushing ahead, getting 3 yards, getting 4 yards, and they've done a good job of executing.
Not the offense we'll see next week against Hoover. And I don't know about Auburn and Carver, not an offense we'll see maybe again the rest of the year, right?
No, this is it. And that is what makes it hard when you don't see it from anyone else and you have to prepare kind of 1 week. It's tough.
3rd down and 3. Hammer up the middle. Going to be close to another first down. See if they give him the 11, which is where he needed to go. Taylor is right at the sticks. Looks like a first down to me. And it is first down.
6-yard line.
White Hat's just hanging out at the 20. Not going to run up and peek at that. He's going to trust his guys and say, hey, first down. First down, County. That's now knocking in the red zone. 1st and goal from the 6. This is the drive they really wanted. They really wanted this on their first drive. Up the gut.
And that's a nice stop by this Rebel defense. You see all those white helmets, all those white jerseys around the football. That time they were able to get off of the blocks, pursue the football, and make those tackles. Really well done by the Vestavia defense. Quick score update. End of the first quarter, Thompson 14, Hoover 10. Wow. Thompson just had a 35-yard touchdown pass to take the lead.
Haynes Bridges, one of the many Vestavia players getting up off that big pile. Play got 2 yards. 2nd and goal from the 4. They run it to Taylor again.
Another score update that could have big implications. 11:37 left in the second quarter. Auburn leads Carver Montgomery 21-0.
Wow.
So a big score there. As you'll recall, in week 2 of this season, Vestavia defeated Auburn 42-14. Auburn on pace now to wrap up the 2 seed from Region 2.
3rd down and goal from the 3. County trying to get their first touchdown in a time-consuming drive. They go right back up the middle to Taylor. Look at that defense stick it up. One guy in there is Lawson Manown.
Yeah, Manown has been big tonight, just all over the place, making tackles, move around. Daniel Richardson in there as well.
Paxton Ussery coming up around the leg. So they hit him high, they hit him low, and it's 4th down and 2. Boy, this would be a big stop right here just for the defense. Just a manhood 4th down stop if they can keep them from punching this in. Do they run it up the middle? They try to go around the edges. Man in motion. Kimball's going to pitch it out there, but we have procedure penalty against County.
It's such a big call. That's going to take them away. Again, it looked like Vestavia had a beat on that. Might have gotten out there and potentially made a play, but after that false start, now they're going to have to attempt the field goal.
It was going to have to be an open field tackle, though.
It was absolutely.
They had the edge.
Last score we'll give you the update on. 7:15 left in the second quarter. Prattville leading Hillcrest 7-3.
Okay, no, don't make it our last score update.
Last score update of this present moment time.
Of this run of.
But those 3 games we will update you on again as the game goes along if you hang out with us.
Yeah.
For the duration.
Will you make a cow?
You may want to switch over and watch those.
Will you make a cow sound every time you give us a score update? Field goal attempt is up. It's kicked very well, and it's good. And County is on the scoreboard. Nice drive by them. Nice kick there by J.D. Stevens as he puts that one through the uprights. And they're on the scoreboard, Tuscaloosa County is. Vestavia leads it, though, 28-3 with 4:16 to go in the half. This is the Rebel Nation Sports Network.
We're proudly local, headquartered in Birmingham with offices in Vestavia Hills and Austin, Texas. A family of companies, Molecular Designs and Streamline Scientific, serving labs nationwide. We develop smarter molecular tools, from advanced PCR assays to improved sample collection and rapid extraction systems, plus seamless lab software. Together, we're a family of companies, simplifying, advancing, and empowering labs across America. Streamline Scientific and Molecular Designs. Local innovation, national impact, serving labs nationwide. Let's go, Rebels!
County has cut into the Vestavia lead 28-3 as we're back here. Kickoff upcoming. 95 total yards for Tuscaloosa County. Most of them came on that drive right there. Vestavia with 224 total yards so far, and they're getting the ball back. Kick return is coming. Nice return, looking for a little seam as Major Weaver as he works his way out with a great return to the 40-yard line, and that's where Vestavia will start over. Boy, Major Weaver is like a Swiss Army knife. He can do a lot for this team.
Done a great job. Vestavia's average starting drive position, the 44-yard line. But kudos to Tuscaloosa County that last drive. How about a 9-minute drive that went 80 yards, but they held the ball for 9 minutes, which is just what the doctor ordered for this Wildcat offense, as they were needing something to get going.
That's what they wanted in their first drive. LeMaster at quarterback. Again, no Charlie Tapp tonight. He throws it to the flats. It's a nice catch by Luke Stubbs out there. Play is going to get about 5 yards, and it'll be 2nd and 5.
That's a nice throw by LeMaster. That's a hard ball thrown across the field into the boundary. Well done. Nice catch by Stubbs.
Yeah, Stubbs averages only 44 yards a game. LeMaster fakes left. Now he's going to roll, boot it out to the right side. Finds his man Boylan, who spins and picks up 4 more yards. It'll be 3rd and 1.
Nice tackle to finish that play by Trendon Henderson.
Boylan's taking a couple of big hits today, hasn't he?
3rd and 2.
3rd and 1, we're going to call it. The announcer calls it 3rd and 2. Handoff Boylan, doesn't matter. First down, and Boylan's off to the races, to the 30, to 25-20. Knocked out of bounds down at the 17, make it the 15, 14, 13-yard line. 13-yard line as Vestavia gets another big game from Big Boylan.
38-yard run by Noah Boylan on that one.
Got a player down on the far sidelines who was shaken up on that tackle. So if we can get that graphic again of the standings of where we are and what we're talking about as we tend to the injured player on the far sidelines for Tuscaloosa County. Ball is down, knocking on the door again for Vestavia as they lead it 28-3. Now reset this for everybody. There's Trustful.
3-2. Vestavia at 3-2, likely to go at 4-2. Hoover either goes to 4-2 or 3-3, but Prattville with the win would go to 4-2, and that is huge. Prattville, and you look at it here though, Prattville would move up to 4-2. They lost to Hoover. Vestavia beat Prattville, and then Vestavia is going to play Hoover the following week. So it's just kind of how does that all fall together? If Hoover loses this week and falls to 3-4 and then loses next week to Vestavia, they would be out of the playoffs for the first time in a long time.
Wow.
So it's just a lot happening, and it all flipped. The 2 big wins that you kind of didn't expect is, number 1, Hillcrest beat Hoover. That was a little bit earlier in the season. And then last week, Prattville beat Hewitt Trustful. And those are the 2 games that have kind of flipped this thing upside down. The good thing for Vestavia is they lost to the 2 teams above them, but with the exception of Hoover, who they have not yet played, they've beaten everyone below them.
And if Hillcrest could get a win tonight, they keep slim chance of them making the playoffs.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, so a Hillcrest team that had that big win over Hoover. So still a lot. I mean, it's been the parity in this region has been really impressive this year, I think.
And this is a good time to remind everyone that only 4 teams from each region make the playoffs, and I would argue we just showed you 6 teams from this region who should absolutely be in the playoffs from a pure talent performance standpoint.
1st and 10, down to the 13-yard line. LeMaster going to keep this one, looks and throws to the end zone. That is a dive in and a touchdown catch out there. Is that Ainsworth?
What a great job by Ainsworth to go down and catch that football. That ball, it was wide open, but that ball was a little bit low down by his shoes, and he not only went down, but he stayed on his feet to fall forward and get into the end zone.
So that is another 6 points as LeMaster hits Ainsworth, and it's 34-3 PAT oncoming for Vestavia. As we shift into position. Boy, another quick drive. Helped out by the big, long run from Noah Boylan. Kick is up, and it's good. 35-3 Vestavia.
The extra point is good.
All right, we're going to get a lot of players in tonight. Still 3:10 to go in the first half. Vestavia up by 32 when we come back on the Rebel Nation Sports Network. Okay, a little football 101 for you here. Back in the day, win the turnover battle, win the time of possession battle. That was an old 1900s football coaching 10 commandments, right? It was part of their 10 commandments. Turnover battle, time of possession. Tell me why time and possessions don't really matter sometimes.
Tuscaloosa has possessed the ball for 14 minutes and 14 seconds here tonight. Vestavia has only had the ball for 6 minutes and 36 seconds. But Vestavia's picked up 284 yards in their 6 minutes and 36 seconds. And Tuscaloosa County's only gained 95 yards in their 14 minutes. Thus the score.
All right, from the 5-yard line, this is their return guy, Henderson.
That's Davis on the return.
Make that Davis, who works his way out to the 28-yard line, and that's where County will take back over.
Updated score, Hillcrest has an interception, and they've gone up 10-7 with 1:50 left in the second quarter.
That's happening just across the county here, on the other side of Tuscaloosa.
And again, not to beat a dead horse on this one, but the Region 3 and Region 2 are really, really good football regions. All 6 of the teams that we've talked about in Region 3 should be playing in the playoffs. If you truly ranked, let's put the best teams in the playoffs. Unfortunately, that's not what we do in 7A football. We put 4 teams from each region, but it's just a really, really strong region. It's a shame that not all 6 of those teams will be able to make the playoffs.
If you're watching and you're a County fan, you got a good quarterback in C.J. Kimball, and you got some talent on the edges. Offsides Vestavia, they lined up in the zone again, so 5 free yards for County on first down. And boy, that's what the doctors ordered in their offense, man. That's perfect.
And on this drive, you think about the last drive took 9 minutes for Tuscaloosa County. So for Vestavia, what you don't want to do is jump off sides and give them 5 yards without the clock running. But what you do want to happen is don't let them take anything outside. If they want to run the ball up the middle, that's good. Give them the 3 or 4 yards and let that clock continue to run. So hopefully they eat up those 3 minutes and you can get to the half, keeping the score where it is.
They used 1 timeout earlier, as did Vestavia, so they've only got 2. Off the right side, that's Dylan Taylor again, who's now become the guy getting all the carries.
Tackle made by Lawson Manown and Grayer Manown. That's been a broken record here tonight. Lawson Manown leading the Rebels with 9 tackles so far tonight. Paxton Ussery with 7, Haynes Bridges with 6, Daniel Richardson with 6.
Big 8-yard gain from Taylor there. Second down. Clock's rolling, 2:30. Penalty again. Offsides again for Vestavia. Boy, that is the 3rd time that's happened tonight.
Yeah, that's not what you want to be doing. It's really tough. I mean, that's just lining up. This is not like jumping. I mean, this is simply lining up. And what happens a lot of times, because everything happens so quickly in the offense and these linemen just fire off really, really low, what you have to do from a defensive lineman standpoint, you have to be very aggressive and ready to run, ready to fire off. And it seems like just maybe inching up a little too closely, getting those penalties for being offsides, and the cow is back.
Big Morgan Butler is out there for Vestavia, plugging up a little bit of the middle in this run game for them. There's Taylor again. He's going to work his way to the 45. It's going to be 5 yards.
Clock coming up on 2 minutes left in this second quarter. Quarterback is over on the sideline getting the play from his head coach, Chris Bell. And for Vestavia, you'll live with that. Let that clock run. Keep running it forward. They just don't have a ton of options throwing the football.
Well, that's old school when your quarterback goes and talks to the
coach. I had
to
do that back in the day. Head coach, every play. Jog to the sideline, get the play, run back out to the huddle, call the play. And you're breathing hard before the snap even takes place.
Second down, 5 to go for a first. They get everybody set where they want to. Kimball on a keeper this time. Follows his big man up the middle.
He had a option to the outside if he could have pitched that ball, but he decided to tuck it and run it straight ahead. Clock now running 1:15 left in the second quarter. Tuscaloosa County does have 2 timeouts left. If they get a first down, they may choose to use one here.
Matthew Hillsmeyer in on the tackle.
Brings up 3rd down and 3.
Senior gets a tackle. He checks out. They bring in an extra DB on the 3rd down play. Up the gut to Taylor again. Trying to push the pile. Vestavia stacks it up, but it's going to be enough for a first down again for County. They'll stop the clock with 42 seconds to play in the first half. They'll start it back up as soon as they get the chain stopped, though.
Tuscaloosa County very quickly back to the line of scrimmage.
37 seconds to go. They'll have to throw the ball if they're going to get this to the end zone, or they're going to have to bust something.
Not sure. Now they'll call a timeout. And we are now 27 seconds away from halftime. A little surprised they took that long to call that timeout after the first down. Coming up at halftime, we'll have the Vestavia Hills High School Marching Band coming out. They'll have a performance. Then we'll hear from Mr. Vestavia, Miss Vestavia, and then one of our great sponsors, Medical Properties Trust. So got a full show here for halftime. And so if you can hang tight and enjoy that, some good entertainment and just young people at Vestavia Hills High School doing good things, and you'll get to hear all about them.
We always tell you to support our sponsors, too. You see in the commercial breaks, anybody that pops up both on the scoreboards, the PA announcement at home games, or in this broadcast, they're helping your school, helping your young people with their dollars, and we always ask you to support them. And because they're helping your kids, help them out, too. So we appreciate all the sponsors of Vestavia Hills Athletics in this broadcast as well. So first down for County with 27 ticks on the clock before halftime. Fake the handoff, sending a couple receivers deep. Pressure forces Kimball out. He's going to run the football to the far side. He's going to be chased down over there by big number 50. Was that Paxton Ushery?
That was Paxton Ushery, and that was great speed by Paxton.
He chased
running
him down.
That one down. Yeah, Haynesbridge just got into the backfield, flushed him out of the pocket, and then Ushery just took off to chase him down. A flag came in late. Tough to see what that was. Look, like Ushery chased him down from behind. There was some other contact by the Rebels as well. Face mask. That is surprising with the angle at which that tackle was made. And it came from the line judge from behind the play. Again, we're obviously much farther away from the play than the official, but that's a tough break for the Rebels.
First down, though, 16 seconds. It does stop the clock. So basically gives them a free timeout to get a play off. Kimball's going to throw. Here comes the pass rush. He airs it out to the end zone. Incomplete. And getting feet tangled up down there was C.J. Hutchins, who's their slot receiver, their senior, and got his feet tangled up with one of our DBs back there.
Yeah, Tuscaloosa County wanted a flag to come out. I think it was just incidental contact. I think it was a good no call by the officials, and that ball was thrown out of the end zone. It would not have been a catchable ball at all.
So with 10 seconds to play, second down coming up. Boy, that was a big arm, though, man. He aired that thing out.
Yeah, he let that one fly. Did you see that ball Aaron Rodgers threw on the last play of the game?
He's the best.
He threw it almost 70 yards. It was unreal. He's 40-something years old.
Procedure penalty against County, so it wouldn't have counted anyway if he'd have caught it. So back that up 5 yards. It happened off of a stop clock, so I don't think the clock will start here again. They'll blow it into play. 10 seconds to play here in the first half. Vestavia leads it 35-3. Tuscaloosa County trying to get some points here and then get the ball to start the second half. Kimball's going to keep it. Run near side, trying to get down and find the sidelines. Vestavia is going to do a good job of keeping him in bounds, but there is a flag down with 1 second left on the clock.
And that clock stopped before the whistle was blown.
Yeah, that's just home. That's home cooking, man. That's good clock. Good clock work.
I mean, I don't know that it's that, but it's certainly
way
that clock should have run out.
Hey, I used to run the clock. Hey, that's way to go. Way to go, Joe. Way to go, Tommy.
And if this is a penalty against Vestavia, that's going to put the Wildcats in field goal position, but they are talking to Coach Evans, it looks like. Yeah. So it's likely to be some type of holding against another face mask.
That was a personal foul, face mask call against the Rebels.
Chris Bell wants to know, do I need to call a timeout here with 1 left? So he's going to call a timeout.
He does, and he will.
All right. Glad he has 1 left.
So you're looking at roughly a 40, 41-yard field goal if they try to go that route, or they could try to throw another ball in the end zone.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think 35-6 feels any better than 35-3. So why not try to make it a game and go for the end zone here, right?
Yeah, and just been tough. Again, look at the scores for Tuscaloosa County this season: 45-13, 61-14, 69-0, 49-7, 43-7, 63-21. 51-7. So, and it's tough to manage a game when you're a coach. I mean, when you get down like that so early, you're essentially just going for it all the time. You can't really play what would be your typically.
Well, you're selling hope, right? You're selling the future, right? We're 0-0 every drive, and you're saying, okay, let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can score a touchdown here. It's 0-0 every drive, and really, I guess that's the way it should be every drive, no matter whether you're playing a very competitive game or not. But in this situation, when you're 0-7 and you know you've only got the rest of this game and 2 more to go.
Yeah, and you see Vestavia, 3 defenders standing at the goal line, 4 defenders standing at the 10-yard line, and 4 down linemen who will rush.
All right, Kimball's going to have a little time, throws it towards the end zone. It's going to be intercepted. Going the other way with it, and then stepping out of bounds is Will Bachnick. And Bachnick gets the interception, and man, that's the way the half will end. It could not have been much better for Vestavia.
Yeah, they did exactly what they needed to do. The goal was to come in here, take care of business, be focused, execute well, and that's exactly what the Rebels did.
So Bachnick ends the drive, and Vestavia will kick off to start the second half. But we'll hear from the Vestavia band as they take their place when we come back after a quick timeout on the Rebel Nation Sports Network. (35-3), Vestavia leads Tuscaloosa County. On the field, you see the high school band from Vestavia. So let's listen in to their halftime performance tonight, decked in green.
We're proud to present for your halftime entertainment the Vestavia Hills High School Rebel Marching Band. The band is directed by Dr. Terrell Horton, and the associate director is Mrs. Heather Palmer. The band is under the field direction of drum majors Autumn Berry, Will Shahaney, and Sadie Norris. Field captains are Ruth Graham and William Pitts. Majorette captain is Ella Claire Hunter. Rockette captain is Mary Pitts, and Rockette co-captain is Ella Bush. Color guard head captain is Vivian Shee. Flag captains are Jay Ronte, Rudjon, and Hannah White. Tonight, we present our 2025 show entitled One Short Day, featuring the music from the hit Broadway musical Wicked. Please welcome the Vestavia Hills High School Rebel Marching Band. Ladies and gentlemen, the Vestavia Hills High School Rebel Marching Band.
The Vestavia Hills High School Marching Band. It's 35-3 at the half. Vestavia Hills leading Tuscaloosa County. We'll be right back.
Sponsor is Miss Andrea Burris, and percussion instruction.
I'm all about it. Yeah, 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 yeah. Said I'm all about it. Yeah, I'm all about it. Said I'm all about it. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Welcome back at the half. We're pleased to be joined by Allison Schmidt with Medical Properties Trust. Allison, thank you for being here. And for those that don't know, tell us a little bit about Medical Properties Trust.
So we are a real estate investment trust, which we own hospitals all over the world. We have approximately 400 properties. We've been around over 20 years, and we are happy to be located out at Liberty Park. And we're actually moving into a new headquarters out there across from the new Publix sometime next year. So we're really excited about that. Thanks for having me.
Well, and that's what's neat is you guys, obviously, your office is there. You live in Liberty Park. Your daughter's a cheerleader at Liberty Park Middle School, so you're invested in the Vestavia community.
Absolutely. We love Vestavia. My daughter's an 8th grader at Liberty Park. She's a cheerleader. We're in our 3rd house in Liberty Park. My parents moved to Liberty Park in 2000. So I have been a Vestavia person for over 25 years, even though originally being from Mississippi. They told me I had to choose Alabama, Auburn when I came, and I'm still a Mississippi State fan, true and true. So all my childhood friends think it's funny that my child's a rebel. But anyway, we really love Vestavia and are just excited about the sponsorship with Vestavia Hills High School. Athletics are so important just for the community and for child's growth, and not just athletics, that everything that goes into it, from the sidelines to the people who are filming, who are taking pictures, to the band. And so there's just so many things that just build a community in a school, and we're so happy to be a part of that.
Yeah, and with your support and being involved, it really is a community-wide effort where you get to be involved in this high school and see so many people just involved with the community.
Absolutely, and it's so important for children. They build confidence. They're learning life skills, something outside of the classroom. And we at Medical Properties Trust really think that that's important, the health of the children, mental, emotional, physical, learning to be disappointed, learning to do well. You know, Charlie Taff actually grew up down the street from my children, and I've been watching him throw the football down the street for many, many years. So it's been great to see his success. And Lauren Dwight raised a great young man, and it's been fun to watch him grow up and now be the, our starting quarterback. And it just goes to show it's not just about the wins and losses. It's about building character. It's about building discipline. It's about learning how to manage your time, and just building community. We all come together on Friday night lights, and you see your neighbors, and you see your friends from across town, and it's just something that's really special, and we're happy to support that.
Well, that's Allison Spitt with Medical Properties Trust. We appreciate you investing in these young people, and we'll be right back.
Baptist Health is on your team. From everyday care to life's emergencies, we've got you covered. Baptist Health, on your team, on and off the field.
Hi everyone, I'm Tina, one of the current seniors, and I'm extremely honored to be this year's 2025-2026 Miss Vestavia. I'm in the math team, the debate team. Let's see, am I forgetting something? National Honor Society. There's a lot. When you're on a team, it's kind of like a commitment, and you have to learn how to keep track of your time, especially if you're in multiple events. And the competitions, they're really fun, but you also learn how to work under pressure, and especially how to work with a team under pressure. In terms of general school events, I would say pep rallies, because the pep rallies aren't just for the football teams, they're for everyone, and they're to show that we are unified for a cause, whether that be the fall charity or Rise, and I think that's really special. I think one of the best parts about Vestavia is that there's something for everyone. And I think we're privileged to have so many different activities, because sometimes the best way of being a rebel is to be yourself, and Vestavia offers plenty of opportunities for that.
For more than 50 years, Senator Jabba Wagner has served Alabama with honor and called Vestavia Hills home. Thank you, Senator Wagner, for your historic legacy of service.
My name is John Lee Wimberly. I'm a senior, and I'm honored to be this year's Mr. Vestavia. I do math team early in the morning, and I'm in show choir, honor choir, and just singing. And then I also write for Pillar, the school newspaper, and some weeks I'll go to Scholars Bowl. I think in February when we do singing Valentine's, that's always pretty fun. We go around from classroom to classroom and sing love songs to people. Also, I think obviously kind tournaments are pretty fun for me. I know that's a little nerdy, but I like taking a test at a math competition and kind of having a feeling that I did well, you know. I mean, I think there are a lot of opportunities to get involved in a ton of different things. I love music and I love math, so I joined choir in the math team, you know, so it kind of has a thing for everyone, for what you want to do, you know.
Coming this weekend to the VHHS stage, a performance like no other. The set falls, the actors stumble, and the laughter never stops. It's the play that goes wrong, where the only thing guaranteed is chaos.
It's a wonderful play within a play that kind of showcases the work that goes into creating one, despite all the odd circumstances that it's put through.
So the play within the play that goes wrong is called The Murder at Havisham Manor, and it's a murder mystery about who killed Charles Havisham.
But how can anyone have benefited?
Can you think of anyone who could have benefited from your fiancé's death?
Cecil?
Not even Cecil?
I wasn't having an affair. Don't you raise your voice at me.
You were having an affair?
Don't tell me to calm down.
Calm down, Miss Collymore.
But it also has aspects of comedy from it going wrong, with pieces falling apart or costume malfunctions. And so there's aspects of comedy and aspects of mystery. There's something for everyone, really.
Oh, how dare you! I won't stand for this any longer. Accuse me again, and you'll be sorry.
All this shouting. What is an inspector?
I play Sandra.
I play Annie.
And Annie is the stage manager who tries to take my role.
Well, you kind of get knocked out. I kind of had no choice.
But I came back and she still tried to take my role.
And I shine in it.
No, she doesn't. She doesn't even do her accent right, so.
Well, I look better in the wig.
Well, come see the play that goes wrong.
On Saturday, we're losing all of the men. They're all going to this band competition, so they can't be here with us. But we have wonderful ladies who are stepping up to take over on these roles.
Okay, we're doing this show, play that goes wrong, whatever. But have you listened to
No.
I Am Sasha Fierce by Beyonce?
No. The show is Thursday through Saturday at 7 p.m., 16th through 18th, and the 18th through 19th, Saturday and Sunday at 2 p.m. Tickets are $10 pre-sale and $15 at the door.
Come support your arts department. We need you.
The lights are ready. The stage is set. The cast, well, they're trying. Join us this weekend as everything spirals gloriously out of control in the play that goes wrong. One play, one crew, and endless laughter.
You can still make plans to see that play that goes wrong. What a wonderful story that was by our students there. This is a student-run broadcast from the great Vestavia Hills Broadcasting Department. Right now we're at halftime, 35-3. Vestavia leads Tuscaloosa County as the Rebels make their way back onto the field for the second half. We'll take a timeout and come back with the second half kickoff and some first half stats right here on the Rebel Nation Sports Network.
From our home base right here in Birmingham, Alabama.
We are here treating patients from every generation
across the United States
and from around the world. We're here for the rookies and the dreamers trying to make a name for themselves. We are here for the achievers
who are resilient
and won't take no for an answer. We're here for the coaches,
athletic trainers, and mentors who are shaping the next generation of legends. We are here for you,
aggressively pursuing victory over injury.
They're honoring the Tuscaloosa County Baseball State Champions from last year, the first in school history on the field as we speak. Vestavia starting their warm-ups in their end zone. Let's talk about the first half and some interesting stats, Chad, as we always do.
Obviously, the score is the one that jumps out the most, 35-3. And for Vestavia just coming out the first four drives, just going right down the field, putting points on the board. First downs, Vestavia leads 12-8 total yards. Vestavia 284, Tuscaloosa County 128. How about this stat? Passing for Vestavia, Price Lemaster was 9 of 9 for 90 yards and 1 touchdown. Tuscaloosa County was 0 of 2 passing the ball and an interception. So completely reversed there, passing the football for both teams. Vestavia ran it 15 times for 194 yards with that option attack. Tuscaloosa County ran it 30 times, but only 128 yards on the ground. Penalties, Vestavia 5 for 25. A couple of those offsides penalties that Coach Evans obviously is going to want to clean up. Tuscaloosa County had 6 penalties for 30 yards, and on third down conversions, Vestavia 3 of 3. You can't do any better than that. Tuscaloosa County was 3 of 8. And we talked about the time of possession. When we talked about it previously, it was Tuscaloosa County 14, Vestavia 6:36. This time, Vestavia is still at 6:36. Tuscaloosa County went up to 17 minutes and 24 seconds, but obviously that did not equate to points. And the average starting drive position for both teams, Tuscaloosa County started it on their own 22-yard line. Vestavia started it on the 43, so a 20-plus yard swing there.
Dylan Taylor's their leading rusher, 15 carries and 46 yards. He had a long 9-yard run. They did have one 20-yard gallop there from their quarterback, who is the big sophomore C.J. Kimball. Other than that, their offense stagnant most of the night, but they look better in the second quarter than they did the first quarter, and they'll get the ball to start the second half of play. Vestavia leads it 35-3. Remember, home game next week against Hoover. We'll set that table up later on in the broadcast again, but here in Northport tonight, we'll get ready to start the second half of action when we come back on the Rebel Nation Sports Network.
We're proudly local, headquartered in Birmingham with offices in Vestavia Hills and Austin, Texas. A family of companies, Molecular Designs and Streamline Scientific, serving labs nationwide. We develop smarter molecular tools, from advanced PCR assays to improved sample collection and rapid extraction systems, plus seamless lab software. Together, we're a family of companies, simplifying, advancing, and powering labs across America. Streamline Scientific and Molecular Designs. Local innovation, national impact, serving labs nationwide. Let's go, Rebels!
DCH Encore is the official sports medicine team for the Tuscaloosa County High Wildcats.
Back here at County High in Northport. Don't forget, bowling season is starting next week for Vestavia Hills Bowling. You get a home match against John Carroll on Thursday. The home matches take place down at Vestavia Bowl just off Highway 31. That starts at 3 o'clock in the afternoon next Thursday. Little rivalry in bowling, John Carroll and Vestavia.
And next Tuesday, we want you to join us back here for flag football. And this is something we've talked about and we're really excited about. Thompson Reynolds Stadium, Tuesday, October 21st. We're going to be live on the air at 5 o'clock. And for the first time, we're going to broadcast the women's flag football game. They have a couple of games, 5:30, 6:45, and 8 o'clock. But we're going to be live on the air at 5 o'clock. We're going to show senior night festivities, and then we're going to show that game against Westminster at 5:30 p.m. And the way they do flag football, Vestavia will play Westminster at 5:30. Ramsey and Westminster will play at 6:45. And then Vestavia will play Ramsey at 8 o'clock p.m. So we encourage you to come out and watch these young ladies who are nationally ranked. They're playing so well and kind of building on the momentum, trying to make a big push in the playoffs. And so this is a great team. We're going to have them live right here, same place on Tuesday night. Join us at 5 o'clock.
Were they state runner-ups last year? Or they were a really good season last year, so they'll try to finish the deal this year. Great program. Can't wait to see them Tuesday. It'll be my first chance to see high school flag football. We're ready to go with tackle football in the second half. County will get the ball first. And taking the ball right there at the 1 yard line is number 1, C.J. Hutchins. Works his way out across the 30-yard line to the 33, and that's where County will take over.
And we've talked about this being a student-run broadcast and how great they've done. Another guy who's a part of our broadcast is Matt Wyatt. And this is Matt's second season with us. He's running the main camera that you see. He's a senior at Sanford. He's a guy that's been a part of Sanford's broadcast team since he first came on campus and became a part of that broadcast. He's a baseball analyst at UAB. He's studying sports marketing. He's focused, Sanford has a great kind of sports analytics program that he's engaged in, and Matt Wyatt has just been invaluable for us the last 2 years, and just really proud to have him a part of this broadcast, bringing those great shots as well.
Well, he is a student, though. When I say student run, he is a student as well. And he's fantastic. He does the main camera you see right now on the screen. Keeper by Kimball. He's going to be wrapped up there by the Vestavia defenders. First guy to get him is 24. That, of course, is Rush Harper on the corner there.
So a couple of fresh bodies, but a lot of the same guys in there on defense for the Rebels. And that's one thing. You obviously want to get new guys in, but this is a tough defense. Like, you can't replicate this at practice. We talked about this is the only option team that Vestavia will play all season long. It is so hard to replicate with the scout team and get your guys ready, and even more so, you've got to get ready. You've got to focus those reps with that first team, so it's harder for the backups to get more reps during the week.
Kimball on the keeper again. Thought he was going to throw it. Rush Harper chases him down, makes the tackle. Once again, not a lot of yardage from the quarterback, who's banged up a little bit. They're going to help him up slowly off the turf, and he'll work his way, as soon as he catches his breath, back to the huddle. Actually, I think we're going to get a backup quarterback. They're actually going to do an injury timeout. Nope, going to call a timeout. They were running in their backup quarterback there. Braylon Dove, a wide receiver, was going to run in and take some snaps too, but Chris Bell decides to call a timeout here. Didn't want to run the offense without big Mr. Kimball out there. Good look over on the far sidelines. Multiple cameras here tonight on the other sideline. On the far sideline, the visitors. There's Robert Evans and his defense.
Coach Evans last night, it was the final game of the season for the Pizitz Middle School football team. Both the 7th grade and the 8th grade played Clay Chaltville in the Metro tournament. The last game, Coach Evans was there on site to check out that game, I guess the end of the 7th grade game and the 8th grade game. So good to see him there, just being involved in the community, being engaged for the young men that are going to be a part of his program in the near future.
That's right. That's what makes programs, right? Your 7th grade feeds to the 8th, the 8th feeds to the JVs and the varsities, and that's what makes a good program, and that's what Robert Evans has created here at Vestavia and continues to build on. Third down play here, and the reason the one's out there, you want to keep your same routine despite the score and get stretched out, work things out in the second half and get a stop maybe, and then let some 2s and 3s maybe play the rest of this one out. Procedure penalty against County, and Chris Bell, the county coach, is questioning whether or not there was something on the defensive side that would have drawn his offensive guys off, but that's not the way the guys in the stripes see it, and they back him up 5.
Yeah, we talked about this game, just a curveball right there at the start. Your starting quarterback, Charlie Taft, they made the decision basically on the bus ride over here that he would not start this ball game. Price LeMaster has been outstanding, and this defense, too, has done exactly what it needed to do against this option offense for Tuscaloosa County.
All right, they do have a new quarterback in there, Caleb Markham, trying to run that offense, and the play's not even going to get back to the original line of scrimmage, so County getting the ball to start the drive, going to have to punt this thing away. Markham, by the way, true freshman, 5'10", 170. I say true freshman in high school, like you can redshirt in high school. Am I around college football and basketball a lot? None of these guys have been in the portal. Well, I can't really say that much anymore either. All right, punt coming up.
Stubbs in deep receiving position.
We got Stubbs back to return it. He's standing at the Vestavia 42. Only rush 3. Kicks off. Stubbs going to let it bounce. He's going to field it and try to get the return going. He'll fight forward and try to fall towards the 48. Maybe the 47s where they'll mark that. And that's where Vestavia will take over. And LeMaster will come back out as the quarterback. I see Boylan out there as well. Braxton Hunt's out there.
What you typically do, just to try to keep some continuity, is you'll bring those starters out for that first drive of the second half when you have a game like this. Look, it's a 32-point spread. You feel pretty comfortable, but you want to just come out, get a little bit of work. You don't want your guys sitting an entire half.
Pitch to Stubbs near side, and here he is working his way, using the blocks downfield. And man, he's got a good one, and Braxton Hunt out there blocking for him. He stays behind him and works it down to the 35. First down for Vestavia on the first play. It looked a lot like the first play of the game.
Yeah, so Stubbs, first play of the first half, he took it to the house. First play of the second half, he takes it for a nice gain.
35-3, Vestavia leads it if you just joined us. Hand off to Boylan when he is popped right at the line of scrimmage. I don't know if it's his running style or what. He took a shot on the knee earlier. He got lit up on another one and just now got popped right when he hit the hole.
And that's Trendon Henderson. He's had several big hits tonight for the Wildcats.
Another injured Wildcat down on the field, and we'll take a quick timeout here and let them tend to him. This is the Rebel Nation Sports Network.
There are no shortcuts on the road to success. It's forged by confidence, purpose, and determination. Everyone has potential. few have the power to unlock it. The University of Alabama, where legends are made.
Back with you, the injured player taken care of, and he's okay after getting his bell rung a little bit. Maybe tensed up a little bit, got a little cramp, but he's hydrated and off the field, and Vestavia's back out. With the clock running at 9:18, Jim Dunaway, Chad Pilcher with you here on the Rebels Nation Sports Network. And Vestavia trying to work left to right to work in another touchdown score. Hoover, a home game next week, and then wrap up the regular season slate with Montgomery Catholic. Then hopefully off to the playoffs. LeMaster throws one out far side to Stubbs. He makes the catch, and now he gets another Vestavia first down. Stiff arms and fights his way down inside the 20. Marked out of bounds at the 13. A little physicality.
I love that from Stubbs. How about finishing that play there? Just an outstanding job. You see there in the back right to the right of your screen, you see the ball boys. Those guys are here every single week, traveling wherever they go. Will Caudill's wearing number 10, Cooper Dempsey wearing number 22, and William Mummert wearing 17. I'm telling you, it doesn't matter where this team goes. Those three young men are here working the ball boy, and they do a great job.
They are maybe the fastest guys on the field sometimes. Boylan on the keeper left side. Great blocks on the left side of the line of scrimmage. Boylan fighting down towards the goal line, being led out there by a couple of blockers on that left side.
Including his brother.
That's right.
Caleb Boylan leading the way. Noah Boylan following behind, and Boylan going to limp off again.
Yeah. Want to get him healthy for next week. Will Grafney also leading the way into the end zone. Couldn't quite get there, though. First and goal at the 2. Man in motion. It's going to be LeMaster on the keeper. He's going to get stuck in the hole. Play will get a yard, one step closer towards a touchdown.
It's a nice tackle there. Jaden Sewell for the Wildcats did a good job of wrapping up and not allowing LeMaster to get into the end zone.
All right, Major Weaver's out there. They've also got Harper out there. Stubbs is out there. I'd see Major Weaver get a touchdown here. Give it to number 1. Remember, he got one so close, and they end up giving it to Boylan earlier. So maybe this is a return.
He's going to get a half a yard closer. Vestavia's offensive line shifts to the right. The Wildcats fired off, go across the line. So that'll be offsides against Tuscaloosa County, taking half the distance to the goal. And it'll be second and goal from the half-yard line. Oh, come on.
Nope, they're going to call procedure on Vestavia.
Procedure against the offense.
I don't understand that.
Yeah, that's a crew not familiar with what Vestavia does all the time. They're not set. Their hands aren't down. Haven't gotten in that position yet. They decide to shift, and it's intended to draw them offsides. But most people we play on a regular basis don't fall for it much anymore, do they?
Not as much.
Yeah.
That'll go back, and I guess you'll have the distance there. Now it's offsides. It's hard to tell. I mean, when everyone's moving at one time, it's how was that any different than what happened the play before? Obviously, the officials are much closer to the action than we are. Coach Chris Bell's asking that same question to the line judge.
Yeah.
It seems to be them saying it's all about how your chest. It's kind of like they're trying to explain it's how the chest moves and what direction. But nonetheless, now they actually moved it back to the 1 yard line, which that's not. Well, yes. Well,
it should be.
That's right. 5 back. You went up about the 6.5. No, that's what I was asking. They should have gone half the distance.
Half the distance.
Yeah.
So, good call.
Yeah, that's what I was surprised they did that. It was half the distance.
Okay, reset the play clock. Play clock's running. Game clock's running. 7:35. Good catch by you. Not that they heard you, but good catch by you. I was fascinated with your football knowledge. Handoff up the middle. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Vestavia.
And that's Major Weaver. That's 2 weeks in a row. He gets into the end zone, and he's had a nice night tonight. Running the football. That's his 6th carry so far tonight. He has 48 yards and put that touchdown on the board.
He ran right up Pearson Tucker's back to get that touchdown. So good job by Tucker leading the way into the end zone. And Vestavia has 41 on the board. Man, a lot of 40-plus point games this year for this offense. I love the Josh Franklin playbook, man. Kicks up. It's good.
Off the post.
Morgan's kick is good.
42-3, Vestavia leads it. 7:21 to go in the third quarter. And we'll take a quick timeout from beautiful Northport, Alabama on the Rebel Nation Sports Network.
Taylor Burton Company, we've been building and remodeling homes in Vestavia Hills since 1986. That's back when shoulder pads weren't just for football. This isn't just where we work, it's home. We live here, we raise our families here. Our kids all wore the Rebel jersey under these Friday night lights. That's why we care so deeply about what we do. Quality, craftsmanship, and community. That's what we're built on.
Back with you on Tuscaloosa, from Tuscaloosa County. Vestavia leads it 42-3. You've seen some NFL football recently. You were there for that big Monday night game, weren't you?
Took my oldest daughter to Atlanta. We went, saw Bills Falcons.
Probably
awesome.
the best Falcons game in a couple of years.
It was really good. We got to be on the field before the game. I know you do that like every week, so it's not a big deal, but it was really cool for us. Got to see Josh Allen warming up close and personal. It was neat.
You got to see Bijan Robinson play like he was Saquon Barkley. Vestavia leads this one 42-3. Big booming kick. Going to be taken at the 5. Return game is on. Head of steam for big number 1 C.J. Hutchins, and he's got some running room. Sloan Morgan uses the sideline and pushes him near that, and he's out of bounds, but a good return from C.J. Hutchins, their big senior.
Hutchins returns.
We said it coming into this game. They have some athletes. If they get opportunities, can get in space, then they have a chance to make some explosive plays. What you have to do is try to avoid those. Fortunately for Vestavia, they've been able to avoid those defensively, but they're in the special teams. Easily the best starting field position of the night for this Wildcat offense. And again, we've talked about it. I love an option offense. It's what I ran in high school. It's a lot of fun to watch. This team comes out in all kinds of different looks. They've done almost everything but the wishbone look if they come out tonight. So everything they've thrown at this Vestavia defense, and with a couple of exceptions, the Rebels have been up to the task.
You saw the good look of the defensive line, and big Morgan Butler back out there for Vestavia. So they got a little muscle there on that D line, trying to contain this option offense. Fumbled snap. Kimball goes down to get it. A lot of Rebels there, but I think he was able to fall back on it. Just a roll of the dice when you drop the snap, because then you got feet moving everywhere. The other thing can get kicked around.
Recovered by Kimball.
No loss of yardage, so it'll be 2nd and 10.
But that takes you completely out of your rhythm. You're not getting those 3 to 4 yards of carry. It's no gain because of that scrimmage, or because of that fumble.
2nd down, 6:40 to go, third quarter. Kimball on the keeper. That's going to be Dylan Taylor. That's been their most effective play, handing it to Taylor on the right side.
We've got some new fresh bodies in this game for the defense. So they did exactly what we expected. Starters play the entire first half. They come out for the first drive of the second half, and now you've got some fresh bodies to get an opportunity to play on a Friday night varsity football game here for the Rebels.
3rd and 4.
See if the defense can make a big play on this 3rd down. They hand it up the middle. I mean, this is all just muscle football. Or as they used to say when I'd watch football back in the day, this is all everybody ran. Power football, Keith. Power football.
Downhill.
That's G on the carry.
As you can hear from the PA, G on the carry. Going to be close, but short of the first down.
The Wildcat offensive line did a good job of pushing at the end of that play. A little tush-push action, and now it's 4th down.
4th down, see if the Vestavia D can bow up here. Quarterback keeper falling forward, 1st down for Tuscaloosa County. He works his way down to the 25, and they'll move the chains there.
Only needed 1, looked like he got 2. So the Wildcats keep the drive alive, and they're obviously in 4-down territory for the rest of the way going forward. So for this Vestavia defense, it is a challenge. You've got to come up with a stop knowing they're going to go for it on 4th down. And for the Wildcats, if you can keep picking up 3 yards a pop, the math works out. You're going to move those chains and keep going.
Hillsmeyer, Butler, and number 13, Warren Martin, part of that defensive line out there right now. They switch slot backs. Handoff right side.
That's Taylor.
Good 4-yard carry for Taylor off the right side.
Good tackle by Maddox Vickers for the Rebels.
Play gain 5 yards, 2nd down and 5.
I got him at 4. The PA says 5. We'll call it 2nd and 6 and then until they come down and turn my mic off. Good defensive play from our guys. They're right in front of our band on the far side. 4:20 clock rolling, third quarter. 42-3 Vestavia. Kimball on the keeper, pitches out near side, a little running room for Hutchins, and he gets his first down at the 11-yard line. Then he gives a little point for the first down. A little mustard there. I like it.
Ben Ponder, Luke Harper on the tackle for Vestavia.
That was Hutchins on the carry.
All right, they're lined up. They got G behind them. Excuse me, that's Taylor behind them. Changing the play at the line of scrimmage off the Vestavia defense. Taylor right side, cuts back, fighting for the end zone. They're going to be knocked down at the 5-yard line. One of the Vestavia players coming up to be a part of that tackle is Luke Harper, the safety, the junior.
It's a good look there. You see Carson Krill, Ryder Faust in the ball game.
5.
2nd and 5 from the 6. Stacked left side. 3 blockers to the right. That's where they run it with Taylor. They thought they had the numbers, but a great defensive play over there. That's number 15. That's Ben Ponder.
That was a really good job of Ponder coming up from his safety position, reading the play very, very well, attacking the football to make that tackle. 3rd and 4 for the Wildcats. They can pick up a first down. Just looks just inside the 1-yard line.
All right, 3rd down and 4 from the 5. They've been running to the short side where they have less players. Fumble snap again. Kimball trying to get on it. He'll get it back again, but that's going to set up another 4th down. Play actually fell forward for about a half yard.
Well, it looked like there was some motion prior to the snap as well. Just a whole lot of stuff happening on that one.
4th and 4, Robert Evans screaming to his guys, come on, man, bow up, make some stops. See some of the other new guys in there. Quincy Davis, you saw his number in there. Little meat on the line. 1:57 to play, 4th down play. Can they get a first down or a touchdown? Here's County. Man in motion. They pitch it to him. It's Hutchins trying to get to the pylon. Fights for it. He gets it. Touchdown, County.
That's Hutchins on the carry. Touchdown, Wildcats.
Hutchins got to the outside. That was a good play call there by Tuscaloosa County. They've been going everything up the middle, and then tried to draw the Rebels off sides. The Rebels did a good job of being disciplined and not jumping, but then they go with the toss sweep to the near side and able to outrun the Rebel defenders into the end zone.
Luke Harper, the guy that couldn't get to the pylon before Hutchins does, and that's Vestavia's first touchdown. Extra point is up, and it's good. So 42-10, Vestavia leads it as County cuts into the lead. We'll take a timeout. 1:45 to go in the 3rd quarter on the Rebel Nation Sports Network. Back at Tuscaloosa County, 42-10, $1:45 to go in the 3rd quarter. One thing we noticed last week as our standings in the region got a little catawampus with the upset that Prattville had at Trustful. Now all of a sudden, things are shaking up like a snow globe.
And look, Hoover is leading Thompson 20-16 at the half. That would absolutely flip everything upside down. I'm trying to keep up with these scores. That's the one I didn't factor in. I didn't factor in that happening and what that would do to the score, but it's just wild. Hillcrest is up 17-10. Well, now Prattville's come back and scored. So 4:18 left in the 3rd. Prattville scored. Hillcrest and Prattville tied up 17 in the 3rd quarter. Ooh.
A little pad popping there as the return game pops out of Clayton Cox on the return. Good return from Clayton Cox. He gets it to the 27-yard line. As you see Cox make his way off the field. So Vestavia takes over right there with a whole lot of new guys in on offense. That includes Hudson Moat in at quarterback. Glad to see Hudson out there. See what he does with the offense. Get some extended time tonight. Moat takes the snap, hands it off up the middle. Nice running play. He's going to pick up 4 yards.
So nice start to that drive. Good positive gain.
Major Weaver on the carry. See Luke Merrill out there on that offensive line. Powell Curry's your tight end right now. Moat looks in, takes the snap, gonna hand it off near side. Here's Major Weaver lowering his shoulder pads and working his way out across the 35, approaching a Vestavia first down, but they'll set up a third down. I'm telling you, when Major Weaver's turn comes to be the #1 running back, he's gonna be just fine. I like the way he plays.
He's low to the ground, finishes run, shoulder down, does a really nice job of understanding the play call, the play scheme, and then executing. Another score, the game we were watching, Auburn leads Carver 38-7 about halfway through the third quarter. So if that holds, which it likely will, Auburn would be the #2 seed out of Region 3, and they would host a playoff game in the first round of the playoffs against the Region 3 #3 seed.
Major Weaver, the senior, runs it up the middle. First down. 22 seconds. They'll stop it to get the chains, and then we'll roll the clock, and we likely will not take another snap until we go to the fourth quarter. They're going to let the clock run here, and we'll take our next snap in the fourth quarter. Vestavia has done their part, man. They've come on the road here to keep their playoff hopes not only alive, but in their own control, which is crucial going into the game next week against Hoover. 1 quarter to play. Vestavia leads Tuscaloosa County 42-10. Back in a moment on the Rebel Nation Sports Network.
There are no shortcuts on the road to success.
Give me another word.
It's forged by confidence, purpose, and determination. Everyone has potential. Few have the power to unlock it. The University of Alabama, where legends are made.
We're in Northport tonight, and a little bit of traffic over here tonight. Blake Shelton's in concert at the amphitheater. Of course, it's a rivalry weekend with Tennessee and Alabama. Prattville, those folks were on the same road coming in with the Vestavia folks as they were playing their big game at Hillcrest tonight.
You've been here all day, all week with your show?
Been all over the state all week, but I was here today for sure.
The life of Jim Dunaway. You were at Talladega this week. You'll be in Tuscaloosa tomorrow at the game.
Boutwell, 2 basketball
you called 2 basketball games. Auburn and Alabama basketball.
Auburn, Oklahoma State, which went overtime. And then Alabama beat Florida State 109-105, defense optional.
You and Ryan Brown called those games?
We did, and enjoyed them with the ball in at Boutwell. Same play, different guys out there with the offense, and that's big number 30, Powell Curry, taking the same play that went for a touchdown when it was run by Luke Stubbs in the first play of the game, and he gets a big game for a first down.
Nice run by Powell Curry to start off the fourth quarter for the Rebels, and now the officials are moving backwards, but they're going to wind the clock. So first down right at the 45-yard line.
All right, 42-10. Hoover next week. Again, we'll set the table and remind you to come on out for that home game against Hoover, because it'll be a crucial game. A win and Vestavia's in the playoffs. A loss and it may get into the, as I said, the Catawampus upside down standings. Bad, awkward, if you're wondering Catawampus, what that means. Badly, going badly, awkwardness. And it's gotten very awkward in the standings now.
Thompson has taken the lead. They score on their first possession of the second half. They're up 23-20. And goodness gracious, Thompson is a second-half team. I mean, those guys, we talk about our game. Was it 7-7 at the half?
7-3.
7-3 at the half, and they just exploded. It was Hewitt-Trustful. Vestavia was 7-7. But tell you what, Hewitt-Trustful, we mentioned they lost to Prattville last week. They're up 22-7 against Oak Mountain in the second half. I mean, it feels like something's happened there. They have not played as well the last couple of weeks since that Thompson loss. And again, in that Thompson loss, they were driving to tie the ball game up, went for it on a fourth down. It was 10-7, went for it on fourth down. It was a pick six going the other way, and it feels like it's just not been quite as good since that play and since that moment in that ball game.
Motion man here, handoff Major Weaver again right off the left side, and he's going to get 3 more yards, and it'll be 3rd and 1 coming up. Again, if you just joined us, Charlie Taff did not start tonight. It was all Price LeMaster.
And LeMaster was 11 of 11 through the air for 130 yards and a touchdown.
Is that good?
That's pretty good.
11 of 11. Ball did not touch the turf when he was throwing it. Vestavia is working the play clock very well here on this drive. 3rd down. Again, your quarterback is the sophomore Hudson Moat. Takes the snap, hands it to Weaver again. Weaver's got a first down and some more as he goes right up the middle. Great blocking up front from that offensive line.
That's Weaver on
Jack
the carry.
Farmer's one of the guys that's leading the way there. Also 55, who I don't have on my roster here. You got a 55?
No, not on the one. I came to the game tonight without rosters. That was good.
That's good.
Left half of my stuff at my house and the other half at my office, so killing it.
That's why it's tough to win on the road, man. You're a little catawampus then, aren't you? Hand off right side. That's going to be a positive play from Carter Stagner, the junior. Stagner with a nice run, picks up 4. It'll be 2nd and 6.
By the way, how about your week? You're at Talladega, you're at Bryant Denny, you're at Boutwell. I drafted some MOUs.
Yeah.
Those were fun.
Yeah, I had more fun.
A couple of memos.
I had more fun than you did. We probably could catch Blake Shelton. This game's going to be over pretty soon. We could be down there before he sings Old Red. That's one Blake Shelton song that I was able to reference in this. Little reverse play. Nice run. Nice cut there.
Davis Copwee with the carry for the Rebels, and a nice job of getting to the edge and using that speed to the outside.
Copwee's a sophomore, and he gets the touch there as he works his way near side and sets up a scoring opportunity.
So my last year at Ole Miss, Old Red was my walk-up song in baseball.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, red hair. Went with it.
Oh.
Didn't use it very much because there weren't many at bats, but that was my walk-up song.
I'm in the University of Montevallo Sports Hall of Fame with a 0 batting average. Tried to play baseball, but I went in, I guess, because of broadcasting. Up the middle run, touchdown. Look at that run by Stagner. Virtually untouched because of the blocking up front. And Vestavia has another touchdown. Great job by that unit coming in and marching down the field. Stagner finishes it off, but what a great job by that entire offense.
Taking care of business, pushing forward, well done, using the clock, keeping this Tuscaloosa County team off the field. Got a couple too many on the field, so it's going to be illegal participation, and the flag comes out against the Rebels. It's going to back them up 5 if Tuscaloosa County chooses to do so.
Things a little different now because now you bring in left-footed kicker Gray Pryor, and you got a different holder for him in Hudson Moat. That wasn't the problem, just for me pointing out that, boy, this looks like I'm looking in the mirror. It's just different guys out there, and they do it different because Grayson Pryor does a wonderful job in his warm-ups. If you're ever at the stadium early, if you get there early next week as he gets the kick up, boom, and it is good as he booms that one. So it's 49-10. I'll tell you about Gray's warm-up routine and more when we come back. Quick break here with 7:47 to go in the game on the Rebel Nation Sports Network.
From our home home base right here in Birmingham, Alabama.
We are here treating patients from every generation across the United States and from around the world. We're here for the rookies and the dreamers trying to make a name for themselves. We are here for the achievers
who are resilient
and won't take no for an answer. We're here for the coaches,
athletic trainers, and mentors who are shaping the next generation of legends. We are here for you,
aggressively pursuing victory over injury.
Finish two thoughts here. First, Gray Pryor's warm-up routine. If you get to Buddy Anderson Field, Thompson Reynolds Stadium early, he's the first guy out. I like being early, so I'm there when he comes out. And he goes, I'm at college and NFL stadiums a lot. He does a very NFL college pregame warm-up routine. His stretching and everything looks like he's on an NFL squad. Really, really good deal. Second thought I want to get out is Gray Pryor kicks it off. Is you played baseball too? You're a two-sport guy?
I was. Wasn't real good at either one of them.
But you got to be on two teams. A good return here from County as 14. Kayla Markham.
That's Davis on the return.
Check that, Zy Davis. There was two 14s. I had a choice. I chose the wrong one. Zy Davis gets it out to the 35, and that's where County will take over.
Yeah, it was a great experience. I played with Eli Manning, Patrick Willis, Hall of Famer. Wow. He actually played right beside me on special teams.
Two good ones.
Yeah, awesome guys. One of my best friends, a guy named Seth Smith, who played football and baseball as well. He played 11 years in the big leagues with several different teams. So it was a really neat experience. A guy that I'm good friend, Chris Coughlin, who lived in Vestavia for a little bit, was Rookie of the Year with the Marlins, played on the World Series team with the Cubs. So all those guys played at Ole Miss, and that's the great thing about athletics generally, right? Not just college, but high school, is you develop relationships and you meet great people, coaches. Coach Cutcliffe, who we got to see at the start of this football season, who's just an incredible man that, again, 20-something years later, I still talk to and keep in touch with. And that's what sports are all about, and it builds relationships far beyond just the wins and the losses.
Butler and Ponder in on the tackle. Preston Dill out there as well. Up the middle run again, and a couple of Vestavia Rebels are there, including Preston Dill.
Yeah, Ponder in there as well. He is flying around all over the field tonight. That was a nice job. When you know it's option game, right, you can pursue that football. You don't have that threat of the pass, so the safeties can creep up and just attack once they see. And again, we've said it a million times tonight, it's 3rd and 4.
Yeah, they've had a lot of third down opportunities tonight. And this is another one. Trying to draw Vestavia offsides. They'll reset the play. Left side, ooh, good stick in there. Who made that hit? Could hear it all the way up here. Number 1.
Ryder Faust came off that tackle. Preston Deal involved in that play. Maddox Vickers as well.
Man, not that it's the loudest stadium we've ever been in, other than the PA system, but you can hear that hit all the way up here. 4th down play now for the Vestavia defense. Can they get County off the field again? Oh, yes. Great. They went low on him and knocked him down. Who's getting up off the bottom of that pile?
Looked like 96, too. Quincy Davis was in on that tackle.
And Warren Martin down low as well. They make another 4th down stop. Way to go, boys.
Jaden Copwee involved in that tackle as well. So both of the Copwees involved here late in this ballgame.
Great play by the Vestavia defense. Deep on the depth chart. And that's one thing key about this program at Vestavia. The depth helps out Robert Evans and his coaching staff so much, and you're seeing it on display tonight. 49-10, Vestavia leads it. They get the ball back. 3 receivers top side. New quarterback in. This is William Hose. Hands it near side. Stagner again.
That was Stagner on the carry. Play gain 3 yards.
Hose, our 3rd quarterback, and our starter not playing tonight, so 4 deep on quarterbacks now we've played here in recent games.
You don't get a ton of opportunities to get that many players in the ballgame, but it's awesome when it happens. Guys who've been working all season long just looking for an opportunity, and then they get the chance. I always say this, you never know what it's going to look like. When does your break come? When do you get your opportunity? And being on the film, you show up on this Friday night, you get a chance.
Handoff, near side, Wills there for Stagner. Can he get to the end zone? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown.
Answer the call when your number is called. That's an awesome run by Carter Stagner. Did a good job of going off tackle, breaking it to the outside, and then using his speed to get down the sideline and into the end zone.
55-10 with the extra point coming, and man, he walked that sideline, didn't step out, and boom, another touchdown for Vestavia.
Said before the game, Tuscaloosa County was averaging, giving up 9.9 points per game, and they were scoring 9.9 and giving up 54.4, and they are right on the number here tonight.
56-10, Vestavia leads it. Rebel Nation Sports Network back in a moment.
Baptist Health is on your team. From everyday care to life's emergencies, we've got you covered. Baptist Health, on your team, on and off the field.
Back with you now here on the Rebel Nation Sports Network. Robert Evans had a plan tonight. It has worked out. It's going to end up being, as soon as we work our 4 minutes and 42 seconds off the clock, another Vestavia win. As you see the guys on the sidelines, Hoover next week. End of the region schedule next week. Next to last home game in the regular season. This is our final road game of the regular season, and it's on the way. We're on the way to being the first road win of the year, with losses at Trussville and Thompson.
And you were worried about the shirt. So, folks, we wear one shirt at home, a striped shirt on the road. This is the first win for the striped shirt.
Yep. Last time we'll see it, though.
The winter gear's got to come out soon.
Yeah. Not tonight, though. Perfect weather. Great kick coverage by our guys. Good kick there by Pryor. And here comes that Vestavia defense for the final 4 minutes and 30 seconds.
It's the same message now as it was in the first quarter. Just wrap up. Don't give up any big plays and keep that clock running. And the clock is running now. They can agree to a running clock here in this fourth quarter.
For the final 4 minutes. So clock is running as County comes on out. 56-10 your score. And they're going to put some new faces out there as well. And their new quarterback is going to be Caleb Markham. He's out to run their offense, and they're going to get some of their depth onto the field. Tackle made there by number 43 on the defensive side for the Rebels. That's Isaac Plant, who jumps in there. Spends a lot of time as the long snapper, getting out there making a play defensively.
Markham at quarterback.
2nd and 9. 3:25 to play. Procedure penalty against County.
Flag on the play is
the Vestavia band's still going strong. Appreciate those folks being here. They did a great job at halftime, just like they do every single week. Not a huge crowd on the Vestavia side, but a nice one. And again, the band still rocking, keeping everything going. Dance team over there as well. They did great at halftime. They've done great in the game. Cheerleaders still rocking on the sidelines. And we've said it before, but next week's the time to show up. If you watch us every single week, we love it. Thank you for doing that. But if you're looking for a game to show up at, next week is the one. It's kind of for everything's on the line for both of those teams coming into next week.
3 minutes to play in this one. Chad, I told you, we take them one at a time. Don't look to next week, man. Markham's going to throw that one high. It's going to be incomplete.
Hoover has taken the lead back over Thompson, 27-23. So quite a game there between Thompson and Hoover.
3rd down and 14 for the Wildcats.
3rd and 14, as you heard over the PA system, at their own 21. I mean, as we got down in the depth, as you get a great look at the Vestavia bench, as we got down into the depth with the twos coming out to threes, and hate to put numbers on it, just the non-starters got out there. They've had 2 great 4th down stops, and now they're bowing up here on this big 3rd down play. I've loved everything we've seen about the non-starters who have come into the game tonight here on the road at Tuscaloosa County. Handoff up the middle, going to be well short of the 1st down, and we'll see if Chris Bell wants to punt this one away.
Another score update, start of the 4th quarter. Prattville scores to take a 24-17 lead over Hillcrest. And I'll repeat once again, there are 6 teams in Region 3 who should make the playoffs. But with the structure that we have now, only 4 get to make it, and that's a shame.
How would you do that? Selection committee?
Rank them. There are so many computer programs. I would, if I were in charge, the top 2 from each region would make the playoffs in 7A. That's 8 teams across the board, and then I would take the next 8 best teams, some type of formula based on power rating and your win-loss record and the record of your opponents. I mean, there are so many different ways to do it that you could do it. Look, there's been some people say you should in 7A because you only have 32 teams. Every other classification has 60 some odd teams. Just put all 32 in there and rank them 1 through 32 and have a natural playoff and let it go that way. You're losing around, so you lose money, which is important to these programs, not having a gate one single week. But I would just, if you don't rank it, either have all 32 or come up with some kind of formula where you can rank it 1 through 16. Look, you should get credit for winning your region. You should absolutely do it. You should have a fight for, let's see if we can get to that 2nd position. But the reality is certain regions are stronger and deeper than other regions, just like in college football, right? I mean, the SEC and the Big Ten are there, and everything else is not quite at that level. And so you should have more teams from the stronger regions in the playoffs. And just these games tonight prove exactly that. These battles between Hillcrest and Prattville and Thompson and Hoover, there's a lot of depth and a lot of parity in those regions, but only 4 teams are going to get into the playoffs from each of those. And they've taken steps now in basketball to start and try to remedy that a little bit. They're making some changes, and so hopefully you can see something like that in football at some point in the near future.
Big power run from Fox Neely there. Neely gets 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Great run from the junior there. Down to 140. I'll play the other side of that, though. So if we put everybody in the playoffs, what are we playing the regular season for?
For ranking, for how you're going to be ranked and set it up. Because obviously, if you're number 1, you got a pretty good spot over, say, number 32. And again, I'm not a huge advocate for all of them, but that's one way you could do it. I'm fine with keeping it at 16. I just wish you could get the 16 best teams instead of having the same number of teams for every region.
All right, another run here, another number that we don't get a ton of. Is that Cole Holly?
That's 25.
25, so not Cole Holly. Come on, man. Who is it? 25.
I don't have it.
I don't have it either.
Sitting on my desk at my office with my other rosters.
Oh.
We apologize.
Clock's down to 1 minute.
No.
Personal foul is the flag.
Oh, we got a personal foul here. It's going to back up Vestavia. Clock at 1:02 to go. Vestavia leads it 56-10. Hoover next week, and then a lot of scoreboard watching next week like we're watching tonight. It will be a little bit of a clearer picture by the time we get to the stadium next Friday night, maybe.
We should know more after how tonight plays out. Baylor Hudlow on the carry for the Rebels, number 25.
Wanted to make sure we got Baylor's name out there. Baylor Hudlow on the carry. Personal foul. Keep that open. Give me these numbers here. 80.
Isaiah Pittman in the ball game for the Rebels.
What about 83?
Makes the down 3rd and
That's
18.
Isaiah Pittman.
Okay. Pittman is back there standing next to the quarterback. He's going to get the ball. Pittman cuts up. Good cut by Pittman. And he works his way down to the 45-yard line. Boy, nice little run by Pittman.
Nick Wood is in the ball game for the Rebels at wide receiver.
That's going to be the final play of the game. It's another win for Vestavia. And now they're 1 win away from controlling their own destiny to the playoffs. And then if not next week against Hoover, it'll be a lot of white knuckle scoreboard watching. So let's do our business next week and just win our way in.
And that's the kicker. If Vestavia defeats Hoover next week, regardless of what happens, Vestavia will be in the playoffs. If they do not, there's a lot of factors that come in, and the games still going on tonight will play a role in that, and then the games that take place next week. But the goal would be to not leave anything to chance, take care of your business. What Vestavia seeks to do every single year is they just moved to 6-2 on the season, playing very well. They're ranked number 4 in the state currently in Class 7A football. This is a top 5 team, and what has to happen now is your rival is coming to your place on a Friday night in week 9 of the season, and if you win, you're in the playoffs. Vestavia wanted to control their own destiny, and if you told Coach Robert Evans back in August that you'd have Hoover at your place to get to the playoffs, he would have taken that. And so now it's the chance for Vestavia to take advantage of that opportunity to execute, to win the ball game, and everything's on the line next week. Vestavia and Hoover at Thompson-Reynolds Stadium. And if you're not listening, I encourage you to show up, come to the game. It's going to be a great atmosphere. It's going to be what high school football is all about with everything on the line.
But tonight in Northport, a perfect night for Vestavia. They win it 56-10. We'll see you next week right here on the Rebel Nation Sports Network. For everybody watching, listening, and part of the broadcast, be blessed this week, and we'll see you at the stadium next week. Have a great night.
This is Coach Robert Evans with Vestavia Hills High School. Thank you.